So I did sort of have a question.
Ooh.
And it was a sort of.
Okay, yeah, I started midway through me brew.
We've kind of touched on it before, but if you were forced to live in a game world, more like survive a game world for 2 years, what would you choose?
Minecraft.
However, this no, you see, it's survive, so it's got to be a survival horror-esque world because you've got to survive it.
Yeah, there's skeletons.
And what friend would you take? And because you're not going to do it on your own.
Okay.
You're going to think about it. If you were in Resident Evil, you just wouldn't survive, would you?
No.
You've got to take someone with you.
Yes.
So who is your Claire to Leon?
So I'm going into Resident Evil.
Okay.
And I'll probably one of two people, and I'll explain both. I'll either take Lucy, because she'll be able to tell me what to do.
She'll cheat. She'll cheat for you.
Guides to survival. Or I'll take Jake because he'll be so scared that he'll be the sort of cannon fodder.
The bait.
To allow me to escape.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
How about you, Joe?
I think I'd go with the. It's not Left 4 Dead. What's it called? Dead Rising. World.
Okay.
Because I've seen enough Dawn of the Dead to know where to go in a mall to get the right stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I think I'd take my friend Dan, who used to be basically the guy from Resident Evil who goes, "What are you buying?" Because he used to sell all like the chocolate bars. He's the man who knows how to get things. So I'd have him as my peddler to other survivors from my mall.
Nice.
Build a community in the mall.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
I like it.
Jake?
I generally can't think, because I don't play a lot of these games, I can't think of it.
It's clearly not the bunker, is it?
No, definitely not the bunker. I think I just used that one bullet for myself in the bunker.
10 minutes, not 2 years.
Yeah.
Bang, what was that? Bang.
What could it be? I suppose I'd probably do The Last of Us and just stay in the city, away from everything.
Stay away from everyone.
The authoritarian Nazi city.
How'd you get to the city? Because you've not started in the city.
Yeah, good point. Is it Boston? It starts in Boston, right?
And to be fair, I think I'd actually take Ben with me for the pure survival instincts that he's got, clearly. Yeah.
And he knows how to tinker with computers.
He knows how to tinker.
We'll make it work.
You just get me to that city. All's good.
In that world, I'd be infected straight away. Sorry, that's just what would happen. I'd trip, I'd land on my face, it'd go in my eyeball, and I'm dead. That'd be it.
You'd fall into the spores and be like, oh no.
I think mine would be one of the Resident Evils as well. I think it's probably more likely 1 because they would really slow in 1.
Just avoid the mansion.
Yeah, and I'd probably take my wife because she's brutal.
Yeah.
She'll kill it all. I'll just do nothing. I'll just be sat in a corner fiddling with a laptop.
Just give her the requiem.
Yeah.
Well, from Lucy inherited a survival guide from her dad when he passed away. It's like a little SAS survival guide. That's
nice.
Prized possessions. So another sort of tick in Lucy's box.
Absolutely. I think you've won there. Anyway, welcome to the Gaming Garnish podcast. I'm hosting this week. My name is Ben. I'm joined by Brad.
Hello.
Joe.
Hello.
And Jake.
Hello.
Jake's on my right today, so I'm ignoring him a little bit. I look into this corner generally. I guess we'll move straight into what we're playing, will we?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
What are we playing? Joe.
Oh, I'm glad you asked me first. I've got a lot to talk about.
Kick us off.
So I've got 3, but one of them's like really quick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing a lot more of Pokemon X.
Nice.
I'm on the last gym now. I've changed up my whole team.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
I've just beat Team Flare and got the legendary, and I just put it straight in the box.
Well, last time we spoke, you were on gym 3.
No, I was on gym 2, and I put 35 hours into it.
Yeah. Have you put another 50 hours in?
I'm on 60 hours now.
Yeah. I do always find with Pokemon games, the first, sort of getting through the first gyms takes a lot longer than the later gyms.
This game, it just ramps up. so quick. Like you do one gym, then there's nothing for a while. It's all story stuff. Then you do another gym, and then you do 4, 5, 6, all like in quick succession with not much going on.
Yeah.
And then you have to just train your Pokemon between. And then there's a story beat, and it's like, oh, great, there's a giant laser weapon made of flowers that comes up from a grave. Okay,
Yeah,
go beat the enemy.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah,
who's Jim anyway?
Jim, yeah, there's 8 of him. He cloned himself.
Jim Pokemon.
Yeah. But I've got an all fossil team apart from Tyranitar now. Because
Nice.
I edited in some items so I could get those Pokemon, because you just take them to the lab and then they give you the Pokemon. You don't have to wait for it or whatever.
And you guys say I
cool.
cheat.
It's not cheating because you can't get them in the game anyway, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Wait, surely that's the definition of cheating.
they do unlock later
You
on.
can't normally get these.
I've just got them earlier because you can get
yeah.
all the items are in-game items. They just haven't got a Pokedex number yet because they've not
It's
unlocked
like
that dex.
I technically cheated to get Darkrai in, I think it was Pearl, because you couldn't get the item unless
It was like
you
a
went,
special event.
Yeah. The special event to get it. And same with like Arceus and stuff. One of my friends had the item because he cheated and he traded me the item.
There's your flute.
Yes. So I still did it right, but I cheated.
I've not given them like moves that they wouldn't be able to learn or anything. I got them at the level that they are, and it's all the moves they learn in the game.
I've done it before. Where
they haven't all got Hyper Beam, like Thunderbolt and all that, you know.
I've done it before where I've wanted to start one of the games again and just gone, I want to do an all-electric team or something like that. So
Rock is a hard type to be. Loads of stuff like beats Rock.
Yeah. Rock is
and
hard.
especially Rock and Flying is weak to a lot. Rock and Grass is weak to a lot. And a lot of the fossils, all of the fossils are Rock and something else. But it's good for
you're
the
stuck
role
between
play.
a rock and a hard place.
Yes, the hard place being fighting
no
type.
paper or scissors.
Well, there is a scissor.
I was going to say that. God damn it. Beat me to it.
Yeah, so that, I'm not going to stop talking about Pokemon now. I'll go on about it all day. The other game I've been playing.
Wait. How'd you get 150 Pikachus onto a bus?
Oh,
Your Pokemon.
Oh, God.
I know that.
I didn't know it was 150. I just did the one. But yeah, the other game I really wanted to talk about, I only played for 2 hours yesterday because I downloaded it the day it came out. It was Screamer. And it's Screamer, not Screamers, even though in some of the promotional art I've seen it say Screamers.
Yeah, I
Are
think
the-
it's Screamers.
Are the characters known as Screamers?
They are.
Is that, yeah. Okay.
Anyone who enters the tournament is a Screamer, so they become Screamers.
Is it like streamers?
Oh, I never even thought about it like that. To be fair, there are characters that are constantly streaming because they're like J-pop stars. So they've got like pander to the fans the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's very anime then.
Oh God, I showed you the intro on the Garnish chat. I was watching. I was like, this is going to be like the best 4 hours of anime of my life. It's so good. It's very, very polished game. It's so like I've not seen a thing wrong about it, apart from maybe the control scheme.
Oh.
It's taken some time to get used to because you can steer with both of the sticks.
Oh.
Which you never really think about using the right stick in a driving game, apart from maybe for the camera. But the right stick is drift. There's a separate
that, like,
drift
puts
steering.
your back end out.
Yeah. And
Wow.
you can use it as well as the normal steering. So it took me like a few races to figure out how to do it. But if you steer with the drift first, then steer with your front wheels, you can get some really tight turns going. And like the drift builds up like something called a synchrometer, which gives you like boosts and stuff. It's the most involved driving game I've ever played.
Well, that's cool because a lot of the time you play a new driving game and
they all feel similar.
They all feel the same because driving has kind of been mastered in games now, like kind of shooting has.
This is like no other driving game. It's got, Gears of War's active reload.
Yeah.
You do that to go up a gear. And if you do it spot on, you get like a speed boost. So if you leave it, it'll change up on its own. But if you do it at the right point, you get a speed boost.
Yeah.
And the more of those you do, the more this bar fills up. And then you can use like a nitrous boost after that, which also has its own active reload. So you can just do a quick one if you're going around a corner, or you can charge it up and then release it at the right time for like a much longer boost. It's so good.
It almost feels like an arcade racer. Like
it is an arcade racer. That's what it markets itself as.
Like more like Crash Team Racing or something.
Oh
like
no,
like
not like it's more like. Do you remember the old Need for Speed arcade cabinet?
I think
where
so,
you could save your cars and you put like a pin code in to get your car back.
Oh, yes, I do. I do remember.
Yeah, it's like that kind of racing.
Yeah.
Like the way the camera follows the car when you're going around, like drifting around a corner, and it like does the motion blur. Like Split Second or Burnout does a similar thing. And it's so cinematic.
A review that said it was like if Blur, the game, not the band, was left in a room with anime.
Yeah. There's no items though. You do it all from your car. Like the different cars have different abilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't. The only thing you can customize about the cars is like the color, and you unlock different stuff to change the color on, like as you go through the story. Yeah. So far, I've just unlocked a few different like windscreens and wheel rims and stuff like that, but it's not as in depth as a Need for Speed game.
It sounds like it's made its own like niche.
Oh yeah, each character has like their own car stats. So like you change your character, you basically change it the way you drive.
Oh, so you pick a character then?
Yeah, you can't pick a car and a character separately. Yeah, you can only pick. They have their own vehicles, and they're all very different. Like there's a few different teams. One of them's like a Yakuza team. One's like a business team. They're called Anaconda Corp. So you know they're the bad guys.
Nice.
One's like a Jupiter Science like intelligence group. So like they do a bunch of like experiments and like have artificial arms and legs and stuff. Their car's my favorite at the minute.
The idea of picking a character and then you sort of get their car reminds me of quite like old school games because I used to.
It's very PS1-esque, isn't it? It's,
I remember sometimes
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, exactly. I remember sometimes liking the look of a character but hating their car or vice versa.
Yeah.
I was like that with Crazy Taxi. I like the old school, like the yellow cab with the black and white checkerboard down the side with like the roof down that you see on all those posters with New York in the back. Yeah. But the guy driving it was like some slicked backed, white haired 60-year-old male. I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
So, when you start the story, do you pick like a character to be?
No, the story goes through all the teams. You get to be them all at one point.
Oh, okay.
Like so far, I started with the team called the Green Reapers. And then I started.
They sound cool.
They're like the main characters, I think, of the story. Then I got to play as the Jupiter Science team. Their car's my favorite because it drifts the best. You'd think the J-pop idols would drift the best because Japanese drift scene, but no, they have the coolest like boost mechanic. There's the team I haven't been yet, which is the Yakuza team. I think they have a lot of crash based mechanics, so you can like do damage to other cars. There is damage, like you can like get blown up.
Bandicoot.
Yeah, there is a convenient plot device, which means you don't die during the race. Though you like. It's almost like time reverses and you respawn like where your car would have ended up at the end of the crash.
Oh, okay.
It's like the car like tumbles forward, but then it ends up like in a bright flash of light and then your car's back to normal. It gets like full health again and whatever. But you're just slow again because you've started from standstill.
Do you like get slower the more damage you take? Or is it just...
I noticed that when my rear wing came off, my drifting ability was reduced. So I don't know if it does or if it's psychological.
Maybe because I wonder if like it
does feel a bit different because your car ends up getting smaller. They've got loads of wings and stuff all over them and like downforce stuff. So when that comes off, your car gets a lot narrower.
If we get to a point where if you crash, if you've crashed a few times but not like destroyed yourself, it might be better to just like total to like get your car back to full health.
Yeah. It is a sin to use your brake in this game, so I would think slowing down would be a bad idea.
Yeah,
you don't really want to crash.
What's the story like then, and how does it influence the gameplay? Because I know that's something that you were excited about.
Yeah, it's not the choice-based thing that I was hoping it'd be, but the story is pretty gripping at the minute. You know the storyline in Cyberpunk where you're helping Claire track down that Samson guy in the races?
Yeah.
It's like they expanded that into a whole game.
Cool.
Right, okay, yeah.
Just without weapons.
Yeah.
At least that I've found so far. I think it's just your cars that are the weapons.
That all sounds very cool. I mean, the fact that you jump in between teams as well.
Yeah.
It's probably like a good thing for once you're finished, you can be like, well, they were my favorite team. I'll play them.
Yeah, there's an arcade mode, and then there's a multiplayer mode, and then there's the garage where you can go and switch up what your cars look like. It's all very like Smash Bros-esque in the menu style as well. Like that when you select something, like glows like with like neons and stuff, and there's cool background music. Like when you select something, it goes arcade mode. Like,
Nice.
you're in the
Nice.
arcade. Oh, yeah. And he goes, tournament. It's so
Nice.
good.
I love it.
I'd like to give it a go at some point, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
good.
Cool.
I reckon it will end up coming to Game Pass in like a couple of years, so you can wait for them.
Cool.
Cool. Was that everything?
There was one more thing, but it's really quick. Me and Courtney started playing Supermarket Simulator.
Yes, simulator. I did see it in the group.
It's
Yes,
actually quite enthralling.
told you.
Yeah.
You need to play simulators.
But
You,
is it more
um,
friend slap where it's fun because you're playing with a friend?
I don't know, because Courtney was playing it quite a bit on her own on a Switch.
I thought he was going to say, "Don't know, Courtney's not my friend."
And then she saw that it was on like Xbox. She thought, "Oh, we can both play it now."
Oh, nice.
'Cause,
Okay.
we didn't have to both buy it then.
Mm.
And it's good. We've expanded our shop once. We've got like new fridges. We've got new shelves.
What are you selling?
Oh, all sorts. We got flour. We got sugar. We got eggs. We got milk. We got water. We got coffee. We got tea and oil.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
you know,
Oh, so your prices are pretty high at the moment.
yeah, very much so. Like, I think a box of cereal is like $7.
Oh,
Oh my god.
It's below
Yeah.
market value. We're undercutting everyone else.
Have you? You know when they pay at the till, is it similar to the Alien game I was playing where they just stand and hand you cash?
Yes,
And you have to
or
then
card.
count back out the till or card.
Yeah,
So-
luckily the till tells you like how much change to give them, so you don't have to work it out on your own.
Very
Well,
true.
some of the
what we
stuff they
did-
do is like they'll buy a box of cereal and hand you $100.
Oh yeah, we
you
got
have to
that.
count out $93 from the till.
So we just started rounding everything up.
Yeah, that's
Square.
what we did. Everything was either 50 cents or zero on the end. So it made it a bit easier.
Oh, we didn't even do that. We literally went to the nearest £5.
Oh, wow.
please never work in retail.
It worked, and it was very easy then to give change, and we were earning more money because we could rattle more people through the shop.
Mm.
Yes,
very
it's
much.
true. Yeah. But you do have to keep care of the shop as well. You have to mop up. You have to pick up stuff people have dropped. You have to go if you want the good deals. You can go to a wholesale store, which is like 2 blocks away, and then you buy it at like half the price it is to get it delivered. So
Okay.
we just hired an employee to stay on the tills, and we're doing like shop runs all day to refill the shelves and like refill the storage. And it's like a relay race. She'll run halfway down, drop the box on the floor. I'll go pick it up and put it in the storage, and she'll run back. Or we'll swap like halfway through the day.
It sounds pretty intricate, though, to be fair.
It's got a lot of systems.
They
We've
are
only
good.
been playing it for a
Simulators
couple of
out
hours.
the way.
Yeah. I can't wait till we start getting a self-checkout and we have to employ a bouncer. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, we have a baseball bat, and if you see someone sneaking around, you can bonk them on the head and they drop it.
Jesus.
We found it funny to do things like throw items at customers. So, like, we called it a shmoo shoe. Well, actually, we called it a poo shoe at first. So, in the Alien game, it's basically a emery board on the emery pad on the bottom of a boot. And that's what you use to clean things up with. Yeah. And if you throw that boot at people, they literally ragdoll. It's hilarious. So when there's somebody you don't like the look of, literally in the doorway, whack!
Eggs in the face.
I don't want to ask how you're discriminating people about their looks.
Yeah. You're an
Not
alien
at all.
with a paper face.
If he's wearing a suit, I think he's an agent. I'm an alien hiding at the end of the day.
Good point. No businessmen allowed. But yeah, that's been me.
Cool. Brad, what have you been doing?
Cool. I've got a lot of games, but I am only going to touch on one because I will be here all day. So, a few weeks ago now, I started and I have since finished a game that was actually on our community backlog. So I do apologize because I didn't realize till after. But it's Banishers Ghosts of New Eden.
Nice.
And what is this about?
I take your silence as you've never
I've
heard of this
got
game.
nothing.
It's been, I mean, it came out about 2-3 years ago now. Something like that?
If not a little bit sooner. It's actually relatively new, so I was surprised to find it on. It's both on PlayStation Plus and on Xbox Game Pass, so it's dead easily accessible. But the best way to describe it is a kind of God of War like from 2018 onwards. Sorry, Joe.
Okay.
But it's very much like that in how it plays. But it takes place in America, but like not too long, maybe 100 years after sort of like civilization started. I don't know the actual time thing. Maybe like the 1600s sort of time. Not 1600s, 1700s.
You mean like when like George Washington landed there?
Yeah, but it's in the sort of like the witch trials era.
Okay.
Was that the 17s? Was that the 18s?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of time where witchcraft is quite big. And you play as... I'm going to have to do very, very slight story spoilers, but it's in all the trailers. It's like the thrust of the game. But essentially, you go over to America. The main character is called Red, and his wife. It's actually been a few weeks since I played it, so I can't remember her name. But
Is
you
it
go
Riding
over,
Hood?
No. But you go over to New Eden to help out a friend with a ghost, because you're Banishers, and what Banishers means is you basically lay ghosts to rest. So they're haunting people.
Banish ghosts.
And you banish ghosts. There's more than just banishing. There's ascending as well. So banishing is what you do to like bad ghosts in a way. Yeah. Ascending is what you do to good ghosts.
I'd banish them all.
Well, that does come into it.
Oh.
So you go to New Eden to help out your friend. Anyway, it's a more powerful ghost than anyone anticipated. And what ends up happening is your wife dies at the beginning of the game. You actually start the game playing as her, to make it a bit more meaningful. So after maybe an hour or so, she dies, and then you play the rest of the game as Red. But
then you banish her.
That comes into it. But she comes back as a ghost, and she sort of helps you. So whilst you're playing, you can sort of switch between the two. So you're mainly playing as Red. In combat, it's very much like God of War. You've got your sort of like melee sword weapon that you use, and you can change into your ghost form, which is
Shadow of Mordor style.
Yeah, I think she's called Antea. You change into her, and she becomes almost like Kratos with fists.
Whoa!
To sort of like punch
Spartan Rage.
Yeah, and she's got a few abilities that you can use as well, like a push, like a blast, a few different stuff like that. And that's kind of the main thrust of the combat. Later in the game, you get a musket, which is really satisfying. It's got a really cool reload. And does it have like an active reload thing? I think it does. It's like one shot, but it feels really powerful.
Nice.
But the combat definitely isn't as good as God of War, but you can definitely see where it's got its inspirations from, and it was enough to sort of keep me going across its runtime. It's probably like a 20 hour game. Wow, so it's like a decent length. And that was without doing too much side stuff. Because I tended to not focus on the side stuff, unless you had to. Some main quests sort of major, but I kind of just mainly focused on the main thrust of the game. But it's a really nice story. It's a dark story. It's just a well-written thing. So you kind of, your aim of the game in sort of totality is to defeat the ghost that killed your partner. So when all that happens, you kind of get thrown somewhere else, and you're sort of making your way back, and you're sort of helping people along the way. And the idea in sort of every sort of ghost that you encounter, because there's a lot of different ghosts you encounter across the story, you kind of need to find out what happened to them in order to...
Yeah. Oh, do you have to do some sort of like Witcher-style investigation?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Exactly. And it's really cool. You do some like rituals sometimes to like summon them. So you do like, you get your materials and you draw patterns on the floor, and that like summons ghosts, and you can like talk to them or fight them, and you've got all that sort of stuff going on. So
fight me, ghost.
Yeah,
I'll punch you.
But even then, you're fighting these ghosts, these like sort of spectral beings. But then, whilst you're in a fight, they can possess bodies on the floor, and then they become harder enemies.
That's cool.
So you're kind of having to stop them from doing that, which can be quite interesting. But yeah, every sort of like every main quest, but then also the side quests, you've got these like ghost stories that you have to come to a conclusion with, where you'll figure out what's happened to the ghost, and then it'll culminate in you basically making a decision. And it tells you early on that you've got 3 decisions. You've got send the ghost. So again, like I was saying before, ghost is good. You send them to quote unquote heaven. You banish the ghost, which is the ghost is bad. He's done some bad things. He deserves to be dead or whatever. Banish them, and that banishes them. But then you've got a third option, which is because every time there's a ghost, there's also a human element to it, like they've killed the ghost, or something like that. That's why the ghost is stuck around. So the third option is blame the person and murder the person, essentially.
Oh,
But the reason that gives you that option is because it establishes early on that there is actually a way of bringing Antea back to life. But in order to bring her back to life, you have to sacrifice enough souls. So you've kind of always got this choice in the game. Do you want to sort of ascend Antea? I'm saying Antea, I'm sure that's a name, but if I'm wrong, I'm going to keep using it. So you either ascend her, and that's, I suppose, the quote unquote good ending, because it's letting go.
You've helped to pass,
it's what is helped to pass, or you bring her back to life, which some people interpret as a good ending. I've watched it. I don't think it's the good ending. But
you killed a crowd to do it.
But you killed a crowd to do it. Yeah, exactly. So, but it obviously every time you've got this decision to make, it sort of influences what the end's going to be. But there's a few points in the story where your two characters have a bit of a chat, and you sort of re-establish your goals a few times. So they'll be like, we want to go down this path. You don't have to do what you've said, but then they might say, oh, do we really want to go down this path? And you can sort of like reaffirm, yes, I do want to go down this path, or no, let's change our mind and kill people.
Other than the different endings you just told us about with the Antea, is there like a different ending? Like, could you do all wrong up until that point, and then you just ascend Antea at the end, and then that's the good ending, or is it all like matter throughout what you've done?
So you don't. I don't.
Point of no return.
Yeah, I don't think you choose at the end. Oh no, I think you do. I think you do choose. But obviously you can't bring her back to life if you've not killed loads of people.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And I think it's. I want to say it's a hidden.
Not a phrase I thought I'd hear today, if I'm honest.
I think it's like a hidden bar, so you don't know.
Yeah.
But if you have done a bit of both, I think you can go either way. I think there's 3 endings. Can't remember the third one.
You become a ghost.
I can't remember the third one. But
don't say it if you do, because it's spoilers. Because we're going to play this at some point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, if it gets picked on the backlog, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then I'll probably have to repeat all this. There's a couple of points I just want to make just while I'm talking about it. I say it's like God of War, but it also takes the compass from God of War 2018, which I don't know if you guys remember, is atrocious. So yeah. So where it might say the waypoint is north, it's not north. It's you need to head north until the waypoint moves, and then you need to follow it, and it just janks around all over the place.
See, I'd rather that though than try and go north and there's a mountain in the way. So then wherever you go, the compass points the wrong way.
Yeah, but it's always just a bit counterintuitive, and it's always just a bit janky. But
yeah,
I dealt with it. The back end of the game has a lot of running back and forth and just talking to people. And there is fast travel, but the points of fast travel are pretty sporadic.
Okay.
So it's not ideal, and you don't run that fast because it's again, imagine God of War. It's quite chunky. So it is just a lot of I've done all this now. There's sort of like 3 main areas with like 3 main big like ghosts to deal with, and then you have to go back to each one. And because you've established something new, and you have to talk to them, and that was a bit of a slog at the end. It sort of ended up adding like an extra 3 or 4 hours to the back end of the game that just did not need to be there. Yeah, you could have cut all that out.
Filler style.
Yeah, it's essentially you get to the place where you need to go, and there's someone you were meeting there, and they're not there, and all this backtracking is just to find them. If they were just there, it would have been so much better. But other than that, those are like my 2 main gripes. Honestly, really good game. I wish I had more time to go and do some of those side quests, because they were all interesting, because they are all their own like hauntings that you want to solve.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're all very dark, like which is what you kind of want from a haunting.
Yeah.
But it's a sort of it's a world type that you don't see explored very often.
Occult interest is quite rare.
Yeah, and I do find it quite interesting. It almost felt a bit like Supernatural, Sam and Dean.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right at the 1800s, walking around and solving these haunts. It was honestly a really cool game. Sad that it's sort of flown under a lot of people's radar. Very well voice acted, by the way, and acted. The graphics really good, and the motion capture's really good. The voice acting's really good.
I remember in the initial trailer, and a lot of people were like quite buzzing for it, but then it just kind of came out and
didn't really hear anything about it.
Flew under everyone's radar, but it sounds like a good game.
Yeah, I've definitely very much enjoyed it. I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10, sort of.
Nice.
Maybe not quite a 9, but maybe if I'd spent more time with it and done more of the side quests, maybe I would have done it more of a 9. Some of the boss battles are a bit frustrating sometimes, and sometimes it just kind of, some enemies feel a bit spongy, from time to time. So some of that kind of like knocks it down. It's definitely less refined than the later God of Wars, but you can see the inspiration, and they've done it well. They've definitely done it well. So
good.
So yeah, so that's me.
Cool. Jake, what have we been doing?
So I've actually finally caught up on all the games I finished around
nice
Christmas, but I have 'cause we talked about handhelds last episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I alluded to playing Pokemon Colosseum.
Oh, yes.
And so we're bringing Pokemon back up twice already. And I was just playing it really to test out the emulator, and I got hooked. I really did.
For the longest time, you've been telling me you were playing Pokemon Colosseum, and I was thinking Stadium. It was only the other day that it dawned on me that
funnily enough, I was telling somebody else about that, and exactly the same thing, because he pulled a face and was like, "Oh, I didn't really like those games," and I was like, "Oh, really? I quite liked them." And then he realised it was Colosseum and not Stadium. So Colosseum's kind of like the edgy Pokemon game back on the GameCube.
You could steal Pokemon, couldn't you?
You had to. It's the only way you got them.
It's the only way you can catch Pokemon is to snag them, as they say. Now, it kind of bakes into the game that you can only snag the shadow Pokemon that are in the game. So Pokemon Colosseum introduces like a whole new type of Pokemon called Shadow Pokemon. And it's basically just normal Pokemon, but their hearts have been locked.
Goodness.
And they're purple.
And so you're doing them a favour. You're doing them a favour by snagging them, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have like
snagging in slavery. I see how that works.
You have like a female companion who comes around with you, and she's the only one who can see the shadow Pokemon. That makes well, everyone can see the Pokemon, but she can sense that they're shadows. So if a shadow Pokemon gets sent out in battle, it'll do a little cutscene of her like going, "Oh, it's a shadow Pokemon." And then you can, if you want, try and snag the Pokemon. You can't. If I've tried to snag other Pokemon, and it just says like, "Jake, what are you doing?"
Whoa, hands up!
Yeah.
He's called himself Jake as well.
Of course,
he's properly in.
My companion's called Dulcie, so and she's ginger, like it. So it all makes sense.
What makes a Pokemon become a shadow Pokemon? I can't remember.
So it's more in the story. It's the bad guys in it, the shadow organization. They're creating shadow Pokemon basically.
Okay,
and then giving them out to people to like. I think it's like to do tests and stuff like that. I don't know. They're probably like trying to take over the world. I haven't quite got.
They're always trying to take over the world.
But it's really cool. It actually adds a lot more to Pokemon than I thought it was going to. And because if you catch a shadow Pokemon, all the moves are locked off, other than every shadow Pokemon has Shadow Rush, the move, which is like it's a non-type move basically. It's not super effective against anything, but it's not weak against anything. So it's just it just does the damage it does, but it also recoils. You get a bit of recoil damage as well on your Pokemon. And as you battle, you've got like this shadow bar under the shadow Pokemon. And as you do stuff like battle, walk around with the Pokemon, send out the Pokemon, the shadow bar goes down, and it's got like 5 tiers. And as it keeps going down tiers, you unlock the moves that it once had.
I see.
Isn't there like a well that you can take them to?
It's
a purifying thing.
Yeah. Right? So I'm probably going to say halfway through the game.
Yeah.
You get to the shrine, and if you've got this bar down to 0, you can take them to the shrine, and it purifies them and they become a normal Pokemon again.
Oh, see, I didn't realize you had to take it down to 0. I thought you could just take them there to purify them.
No, you have to get the bar to 0 in order to do it. So you've got to think about what you've got to carry around. You've almost got to always have a shadow Pokemon on you. I mean, you kind of do at the start anyway, because you start off with an Umbreon and an Espeon, and the level 25 too. So
that's 2 evolutions.
You're basically starting maybe at the 4th gym or something, I suppose, in the other Pokemon games. You also sort of get a Johto starter as well. One of the first Pokemon you can snag, it gives you an option of battling 3 different guys. And they all have the Johto starters at the 2nd evolution as shadow Pokemon. Obviously, I picked Quilava, Typhlosion, so had him with me. So once if they're a shadow Pokemon as well, they don't gain XP, so they're locked to the level as well.
Oh, that's poor.
But is it quite a slog?
It isn't at first. I found it reasonably not easy, but it was okay at first. But it does get I'm at the back end of the game now, and it is getting pretty hard. They'll take out most of my team in the battle.
Yeah, but I mean, to make a Pokemon not shadow anymore, does it take a while? That's just something I remember. It just taking ages.
It does take a long time. Now there are a couple of items which fast track the process. So you can find a time flute which summons Celebi, and he instantly cures the Pokemon. But there's only a lot. I've only found 2 in the game. So I used it on the one before Flygon. What's he called?
Vibrava.
Yeah, I used it on that because I was I want a Flygon, and I need it to level up to become a Flygon. So I did that, and then I also just got a Raikou. And
nice.
I was like, screw it. I'll do it on this.
And does it mostly just play like a Pokemon game then?
Yeah, it's basically just a Pokemon game, but it's got this shadow Pokemon.
And you've not got gym
as well.
Do you?
No gym badges, no. You're just basically doing the story. And the story is mainly chasing these bad guys.
Yeah.
There's loads more to the shadow Pokemon as well. They can go into what's called a hyper mode, which is like a frenzy. And when they're in this hyper mode, if you use Shadow Rush, it 95% of the time does a critical hit.
Ooh.
Okay.
So you kind of want to keep it in hyper mode, but if you have it in hyper mode and you try and do a different move, it could disobey you and do whatever it wants, including returning to the Pokeball and sending something else out. So it is quite interesting.
It's an interesting gimmick.
Yeah, definitely.
Pokemon are known for the gimmicks, but this is when gimmicks were good.
I just wish that in that game you could also catch wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
Maybe you could only get shadow Pokemon from trainers, but I wish you could catch wild Pokemon as well.
I kind of get that. But I do also it really limits what Pokemon you can use. I think that's
what I don't like.
That's kind of
one game. It's all about building a team.
Yeah, that's kind of the bad side of the whole shadow Pokemon snag 'em mechanic. But I kind of like it. It's made me use some Pokemon that I wouldn't normally have used.
Different angle, I guess.
I used an Altaria.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah,
I imagine it means you can keep the roster down a bit as well.
Yes,
yeah, because it's 3D.
It's all 3D. This was the first proper 3D Pokemon game, really.
All other than Stadium.
But Stadium
that wasn't an adventure, was it?
Yeah.
No, of course. Yeah.
This is definitely the first, the closest to the mainline games that it can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting.
Do you think now you've jumped back on that, you'll play the second one, Shadow, whatever it is?
Maybe not straight away, because you are right in the fact that
Gales of Shadow,
the Shadow bar is a little bit of a slog.
I don't think we ever had the second one, did we?
No, it was really rare. There weren't many copies sold in the UK, I don't think.
Yeah. But it's surprisingly good. It has kept me engaged way longer than I thought it was going to. And I never got to finish it as a kid because I just couldn't beat their equivalent of the Elite Four. But now I have trained. I've got
you will do it.
I've got an Umbreon, an Espeon, a Typhlosion, a Flygon, a Hitmontop.
Oh, nice.
And Raikou now.
But also think about it like this: when we were younger and we were playing Pokemons, they were mostly handheld. So we'd play them in situations where you could use a handheld, which was so often, nice and easy to pick up. When you were then playing on your main console, quote unquote,
it was on the main telly that your parents also used.
Did you then want to play Pokemon as much?
I get that.
Sort of comes back to what Ben usually says when we play like a backlog game that's a smaller sort of style game. He doesn't like playing it on the Xbox. He wishes it was handheld or something.
Yeah. Feels like a waste of the Xbox time.
Yeah. I wonder if as a child we had that sort of thought, because I don't remember playing. I don't remember playing that much of Colosseum.
I remember getting to the end, I just couldn't beat it.
Yeah.
But just to say some other differences, it's all double battles.
Yes, I remember that.
And it's not as long. Like Joey's just said before, he's put 60 hours into Pokemon X.
Yeah.
I've put nearly 15 hours into this, and I think I'm in the last area, or at least second to last area.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's definitely not as long.
I'd take it the level ranges don't go all the way up to like the 80s then.
No. I'm some of mine are like between level 40 and 45, and some of the guys I'm battling are at least under level 50.
Yeah.
Usually.
Oh, and I guess you can't grind because there's no wild Pokemon.
There is quite a lot of Colosseums you can go and fight into to grind.
Oh, okay.
So there's no wild Pokemon, but you can go and just do endless battles if you want.
That's why it's called Colosseum.
Yeah.
I get it. Wow.
But it is good for anyone who's like thinking, I want to play Pokemon, but I want to try something different. This is actually really good. Holds up a lot. But that's me.
I have been playing Factorio.
Nice.
Again? Or did you just not stop?
Sorry.
Should we move on?
I did play, for those who tuned in on Wednesday, Future Cop LAPD.
Oh, that's so good. I only managed to catch
PS1.
the tail end of it because I didn't get back for a long time. But you look like you had a fun time with it.
I definitely had a fun time with it. I forgot how good it was.
Mowing down the citizens is great.
Just running over them. It's hilarious.
I'm here to protect you. Stomp.
Yep. I liked its little sense of humor it has, because it was new technology to have this mech that transforms, and then in the little cutscenes at the end, it's looking really cool, stood on the top of this like gantry. And he's looking around. There's a helicopter flying over. It turns and falls off it. There's a good comedy because they don't know how to pilot them properly yet, and it's new, and it's just it did really well, I thought.
I love how it makes a big deal about whenever you transform it, like zooms in and spins around. It's like, your shell's coming down to the front. Oh, it's going back up to the back. Oh, it's coming down to the front. Because you can do it over and over again.
Just for people who didn't catch the stream, it's a PS1 game, isn't it?
PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, basically a cop in mechs, basically.
Because the crime's got that out of control. There's mutants. There's all sorts of things in the world, and you're in LA, and you are basically killing everything in front of you.
I think I put in the chat. It's like if ED209 from RoboCop was the default RoboCop.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think that would be a game that would be well worthy of a remake. It would be great,
or at least a reimagined like new game.
Yeah, like a new one.
I imagine it's only short. I can't remember fully because I played it at the PS1 time.
The multiplayer was really good on it as well because there was a red mech for the other team as well. You had to take out each other's bases and build turrets and stuff.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. And you could drive. You could drive between the bases, like to either wreck theirs or salvage yours.
I'd never even heard of this game.
No, I had it, but it did look good.
It transforms into a car mode for doing faster, bigger open areas.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Rather than walking, and like Joe said, it makes such a scene out of it. It's amazing. You just feel powerful just changing.
Yeah.
But that was it. Factorio all the way.
I just want to quickly say then before we move on, I have been continuing playing Resident Evil 9. I'm very near the end, so I'll probably talk about that next time. I can tell I'm near the end because I'm about to go into a lab.
Oh,
So-
I didn't see that coming.
I'd say spoilers, but I think everyone knows.
It's always a lab.
But yeah, so I'm definitely near the end, but very much enjoying that still. So I'll talk about that next time. I know you've not played anymore, have you, Ben? So
No, we're doing a session Good Friday.
yeah.
So
Both
hopefully
be talking about it again.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be quite on the way through it.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to.
It's the news. Okay, so we have, as always, loads of news to talk
It's
about.
it's all or nothing.
Yeah. And do you know what? I thought we were only going to have a tiny bit of news until like the last couple of days. Oh my.
No doubt there'll be more after this.
But we'll start with some older news and all the hubbub about DLSS5.
Oh yeah. The AI slop filter on your graphics card.
So a bit of a backstory to this. Essentially, NVIDIA has their DLSS software, which stands for anybody?
Yeah, right.
The L stands for learning. I know that much. And then I think it's
deep
super
learning,
super sampling.
Yes, yeah. Okay. It's the L I couldn't remember. So
Special mode.
But essentially, historically, it's basically been a way to get more performance out of like computer hardware. So with DLSS turned on, your computer can run a game at a lower internal resolution. DLSS will then use its quote unquote AI to basically up-res the image, so it looks like you're running it at 1080p or 4K or whatever, but you're actually
just so by guessing what the pixels around other pixels would be.
Yeah. But for the most part, it's well received. There are some purists who don't receive it very well, but for the most part, I think the general consumer really like it because you do get a lot of performance. I believe it's become a bit of a crutch for some companies who
because they won't
optimize the games. But
the best part about DLSS5 is the memes, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm just talking so far, just like a bit of an explanation of what DLSS is. Historically, and then every DLSS version they've added new features, and this latest feature is supposed to be basically improved ray tracing and path tracing performance. That's like the goal is how they've said it. It improves lighting. So in a world environment, and I think the general consensus is in the world's environment, it looks good. I don't think anyone's too bothered. It basically predicts what light would look like on an environment. Yeah. And I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too far away from the artist's intention, because for the most part, if they could, an artist would just put lights in a room and put the sun in the environment, and the computing power would calculate all the rays and everything would work.
I think in most cases you're right, but sometimes, like for a horror game or something, they might be like intentionally making rooms
things darker than they should be. Yeah, just to do that. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the main goal of DLSS5, I suppose. However, they showed
more realistic lights. Yeah,
they showed it off at GDC.
Was it?
Yeah. And immediately people were like, "Hang on a minute,
well, this is a Snapchat filter."
Yeah,
it was a filter.
So there was two parts of the presentation. Well, it was one presentation, but there's sort of two parts. There was the environmental stuff, which most people were pretty positive on. And then there was the facial stuff.
Yes.
And I don't think it helped that the sort of spokesperson for NVIDIA said, all the geometry is the same. Nothing's changed other than the lighting, which is clearly false.
And then it did this thing it showed Resident Evil 9, didn't it? And it went over Grace's face, and
it gave her lips that she didn't have.
She looked like
the cheekbones were higher.
Yeah.
It definitely changed her face.
It also made her look 10 years older.
Obviously, everyone was questioning this, and I think the head honcho was basically like, "No, we're not changing anything." But then it's come out since that he's definitely lied about that.
There is basically a filter. Yeah, well,
is it Samsung and the moon photograph again? Where they were just AI swapping it out.
The moon. Yeah,
it's basically just it's an AI filter running.
Yeah, like a Snapchat sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, I understand, obviously, people saying it's AI slop, it's changed the face. I get all that. I agree with that. I don't think a lot of people would disagree that the face looks more realistic.
I don't know about that.
AI. I think it looks more like a human face.
It looks like Instagram.
I was going to say, in the same
like
way
a
that
face.
everyone on Instagram doesn't look like a human face anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the game model. And granted, they picked a really awful shot of the game model.
Yeah, it's very
game
grey
model-
environment, low contrast. You know,
The game model looks like a game model, whereas this looks like someone with a lot of makeup on and all that business and filters and stuff. But it looks more like a real face.
but then that's in stark contrast to the rest of the environment, which makes it look worse
Somewhat, but that is a very nice looking.
because
game.
it still looks like a game environment.
I
will
don't
say,
think
like,
it does.
Hyper realistic.
They did the Starfield ones.
Yeah,
And
That was even worse.
I don't know. I kind of liked some of those. However,
Hmm.
it's definitely changing the face.
it definitely is changing the face. Yeah, and I've seen a few comments on the Grace one in particular. That particular scene of Grace, is right at the beginning of the game. She's going to the place where her mum was murdered.
Yeah,
it's
so she's
changing
not going to
the
be
model.
held up.
Yeah, right at the beginning of the game, the very
Spoilers.
first thing you do in the game.
Yeah.
And
One of the best examples of seeing of it is, so I think they put it on the Mafia 1, and there's like two mobsters like behind one another and one's holding a gun. And that does work kind of because you can still see the polygons from that era. It doesn't smooth any of those out, but it does look like they've put a texture pack on rather than put makeup on
But
it.
the thing with the Grace one, which is a lot of the reason why people are saying it ruins the artistic integrity of it, is because Grace wouldn't be wearing loads of makeup to this scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it looks weird. Now they have said that that artists will be able to control the sliders, be able to adjust it. Okay, we'll see what that looks like.
Do ellipse like get bigger and smaller as the slide in it.
Maybe. I think it was you, Jay, when I was speaking about it off the pod. Is it going to look the same in every scene?
Well,
Because
definitely
it's
not,
AI.
because they've done it. You can see a few shots of Grace, and it looks like a different. Looks like a different person in every like AI
Now,
filter.
I'm probably going to say something relatively controversial here because I don't like this implementation of it, but I don't think ultimately it's a bad idea. Let me explain.
I agree with you already.
Okay.
Go on,
So,
do your bit.
My reason for it, okay, everyone is very, the sort of saying people, the artistic integrity is the most important thing. Yeah, I get that, it is. However, in games like Resident Evil, when they are going for photorealism, a lot of that artistic integrity is scan a model's face and then reduce the polygons to the point where the game engine can run it, but ultimately try and make that character model's face look exactly like the real person's face. It's not like exaggerated proportions or trying to match an art style of the game, because the art style is photorealism. Yeah. So with that in mind, if this AI technology could be used to shorten that sort of process where they can sort of scan the person's face, reduce the models, but then overlay this sort of AI of that person's face, but only that person's face, does that allow the artist to more accurately portray what they want to portray, but with a shorter
I think if maybe
time
like
frame?
The devs already had, like, maybe they could already put into the game. Maybe they could like lock. Maybe they have to
they
like
could PNG the character from like 15 different angles of the same model.
Yes.
or they like lock the graphics. Let's say. I'm probably going to do a very bad explanation of this, but
I know what you say.
lock the graphics to everything else, but then like you can unlock it with DLSS5. That would be good.
But if
isn't the overall point to put less strain on people's systems, meaning more people can play the more modern games in theory?
And
GTA, a lot of people are saying already, we might not be able to play it because it needs to have the best PC in the world.
I will
that's
say
what I
this
think
as
is a good
well,
idea.
that I only found out the other day off a friend of mine, Sean. So thanks for telling me this. Apparently,
Shout out, Seamus.
Apparently, this was all running on 2 5090s.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is
was running on 2
ridiculous.
However, the NVIDIA spokesperson said, obviously, they're aiming for it to run on one single graphics card.
On 5090.
However,
one. Yeah.
No. Okay. They're aiming for it to run on single graphics cards. At the moment, they've got it running on one 5090, but the demo they showed was on 2.
Yeah.
So internally, they have already achieved single graphics cards, just high-end.
Oh, the
cards.
money!
Yeah,
But that's the thing; it's new technology. If you don't have the graphics card to run it, you don't have the graphics card to run it. When ray tracing came out, if you didn't have the graphics card for ray tracing, you don't have ray tracing. It's just
Agreed.
It just is what it is. I think for me, the whole thing with AI and the reason it's problematic is because it has sources all over the internet. So people are pointing out in Grace's face, she looks like 10 different people.
Yeah.
And you can see like the eyes have been taken from this actress and the mouth has been taken from this actress. And that's not okay.
Because you have to train the AI model on something.
But if an AI model could be trained
game developers would, just trained on internal information.
And this is what I'm sort of saying. If you could say, okay, put this filter on this person's face, but only use data from this model's face, who we've already scanned anyway.
Yeah.
You've already done all this other stuff. Here's also the picture references or whatever to do that final pass to just get that extra level of realism, but it's still controlled entirely by the dev studio. That, I think, personally, is where it will be okay.
So who's seen memes? Who's seen memes? This is what who's seen fantastic memes? I saw the creature that follows Grace around. I don't know.
The girl. She's called the girl.
The girl.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the girl, one looking like the girl, the next looking like the Instagram model.
The yassified.
And I think it was the guy that created it with DLSS off, and then when it was on, he had boobs.
Yeah.
I've also seen that same shot of Grace, like that we were talking about. Like she looks normal, and then with the filter on, the jacket's open and there's a tank top underneath.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is probably where it could go.
Yeah.
I think that's what's worrying.
That's the worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, people do that with mods already.
Yeah.
You're not going to change them doing it.
I don't like it as it in its current form that's been shown. I think it's awful.
I just don't think we need to get to the point where games are photorealistic because they are enjoyable at the current level.
I do agree with that, Joe.
Yeah.
I do.
But technology always is trying.
I know, but
I love a triangle game.
I mean, if that's all it pushes, is it looks a bit more like real life. I'll probably stop playing them.
I agree.
I get out of real life in video games.
I think if we didn't get any more graphics improvements ever, but the games we get now and the quality of the games we get now is, the time frame is shortened because instead of making it better,
it's made faster.
Well, it's made faster. Yeah, we put all the efforts into making it faster, but that's what AI is for. And as much as I hate it, that is I don't know. That's the sales pitch of AI is to get things out quicker.
But it's also making everything cost more money than it should. That's what we'll get into in a bit.
Well, it's making things, it's making components cost more money. But from the business point of view, this is horrible.
I don't know. I still think it's stupid.
From the business point of view, they can pay less people. And that's awful.
Yeah, that is awful.
But it makes
and charges more.
£300 million game costs £100 million and it comes out in 2 years.
The thing is,
instead of 6.
The more prices go up, we'll get into this in a bit because there's the whole thing about this. But the more prices go up, the more people you're going to have jump off the hobby.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah.
To something just as controversial. Krafton.
I think this is less controversial.
This is slightly good news.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, to be fair. Now, we covered this last year when it was first rearing its head.
This is Subnautica 2, isn't it?
Yeah, so Subnautica 2, the publishers, to summarize it, basically sacked the 3 CEOs.
I think 3, yeah.
Of, what's the dev team called for Subnautica 2? Unknown Worlds. They basically fired them, saying that they were taking too long to make the game. It wasn't the
CEOs. One of them was a CEO, but I think
it was like head devs, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Saying that they were taking too long to make the game. But it all came out that there was a bonus scheme attached to Subnautica 2 about when it was going to come out.
It was if they hit certain financial milestones within a certain time frame, and obviously that hinged on it coming out at a certain time.
The heads of Subnautica 2 basically came out and said, this is all lies. We were on track to get this bonus, and they have fired us for this reason. Now, it was all up in the air.
They didn't have to pay them.
Yeah, it was all up in the air. Who do you believe at the time? Now, without a shadow of a doubt, you should now believe the heads of Subnautica 2, because it's gone to court, and basically, Krafton have been told they have to rehire at least one of them. I don't think they've rehired them all.
No. So it's gone to court. The claimants have won. They've already reinstated the CEO. I think the other two, I think they've been told they have to, but it's like not immediate sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it will happen over time because that's a big structure change suddenly. So it probably will have an adverse effect. It's
all accumulated with. So apparently, Subnautica 2, the early access is coming out in May.
Yeah, so
clearly it was ready.
So I'll hold my hands up because back last year I was sort of erring on the side that maybe Krafton is in the right because he was saying all the right things.
Yeah, I agree.
And doing the right things because they actually extended the bonus for the rest of the staff.
Yeah.
But it has come out.
But it was only after the fact.
Yeah. It has come out in the court rulings that basically the head of Krafton, CEO at Krafton, wanted to get out of paying these studio heads. He asked around how can they possibly do it. No one could give him an answer.
So he went to his
if they're not there, you don't have to pay them.
He went to his lawyers first, and they all said it was a bad idea. Apparently,
So he went to the trustworthy source of ChatGPT. And said, "How can I get out of paying this scheme?" And basically, it was fire them and say this.
Do you know what's even funnier? This is all speculation, but apparently, ChatGPT said it's a bad idea. You could do this.
I think he's just got blindness for the words "bad idea."
Yeah. Whatever happened exactly, we may never know.
Bad idea is still an idea.
Yes. Ultimately, they've been forced to rehire and extend the bonus window, I think, to the end of this year, but with the scope to extend it even further. Anyway, what I also heard and read was that yes, the early access is now coming out in May, but that was news to the now new CEO of Unknown Worlds because it was Krafton that announced that.
Does that now mean he's fired?
Well, it blindsided him. I think it was probably like a last FU. Like, okay, if you're coming in, then you have to release the game now. And then everyone will see that we were right. That the game wasn't ready, sort of thing.
But it was.
Well, we'll see in May, won't we? Maybe it's a buggy mess and it should never have come out. But I like to think a lot of people will buy the game in order for them to receive that bonus now.
Maybe. What a messy situation. What a messy situation.
It really is. I mean, it was a massive bonus. I don't understand the purpose of the bonus. I don't know if the game will make as much as the bonus is.
Well, apparently, original Subnautica made a lot of money.
So. It did. I think the bonus was like 250 million, wasn't it?
To 3 staff members.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then they'd obviously promised their staff members like a cut of it. I think it was only like a fraction. But what an interesting situation. I wonder what's happened to, I think it's Glenn Schofield, who was the guy who took over of Unknown Worlds.
That's a good point, actually.
And, I've not heard anything about him.
They might co-CEO it for a bit and then he'll move on.
Yeah, they probably will have to. But the good news, Subnautica 2 is coming out soon.
True.
May. So I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll move on from that, and slightly alluded to it before with the price increases. But it's just been announced by Sony that the PlayStation is getting a price increase. And now
again,
it's not a small price increase as well. No. It's pretty insane. I'm not going to lie.
Isn't it like $100 across the board?
So
all 3?
Bear in mind, I'm just going to do base PS5 price in the UK. So when it first came out, it was £450 to buy the base PS5 with the disc drive.
Yeah.
Then it went up. Was it last year or the year before? It went up. Basically, went up to just shy of 500, I think.
Yeah, about £50, wasn't it? Basically, not quite. But yeah.
Now it's just shy of 570, which is madness.
And they've quoted.
Glad I bought mine when I did.
They've quoted world economics, haven't they?
Yeah, so it's gone up. Obviously, it's gone up everywhere, and which
I do understand it. There's not a lot you can say about it. Is the world's gone crazy?
Yeah,
this is
why
we're
still
talking about
making new PS5s.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they will be.
Oh, okay. I don't know why, but I always assume that they build a massive surplus stock and then just sell through that.
No,
I think they've sold to demand.
Yeah.
They keep making them, like the PS4 was still being made a couple of years into the PS5, I think.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is, like, the general rule is the older the software, the older the hardware, the cheaper it becomes, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
This obviously is a price increase because of everything that's going on in the world, you know, with Trump and everything he's sort of involved with. But that must also be offsetting the price decrease of hardware.
Well,
So the hardware will still be cheaper. It will still be cheaper for them to make a PlayStation now than it was at the beginning.
No, I don't think.
Well, I don't know about that because of the RAM shortage.
Yeah, technically still current though, isn't it?
I don't think, unfortunately, for the first time in a console generation, I don't think it has gone down because of these AI data centers, the RAM shortage,
and then everything with Trump,
and then everything else. Yeah,
and wars and
So
what's crazy about this though is that the Pro is out now.
Yeah,
and like that would be like increasing the price of the Xbox One X now. Because isn't that to rival the Series X? There's the PS5 Pro, isn't it?
No, the PS5 rivals the standard Series X. PS5 Pro is it's probably the most powerful console at the minute.
Xbox don't have a Pro console, do they? Their Pro console is
the Series X. Right, okay.
They did it in a weird way, but it would be, but the Pro has also gone up.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. That's like nearly $900 now.
Yeah, it is $900.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in UK pounds.
And that's before tax.
And that's also before the disc drive, because it doesn't come with a disc drive.
No.
Yeah.
So you're getting very close to your $1,000 console already. Yeah. And we're not even at next gen.
Yeah.
And now they've said that the PlayStation exclusives are going to stay PlayStation exclusives, like the first party titles. That you will have to pay minimum $600 to play Wolverine.
Yeah, if you don't really have one.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a look this morning, and you can get PS5 now, the standard, for I think it was $420 at Argos
with disc,
because it's on offer with disc.
Okay.
The price
if you're going to do it,
do it now.
First, I think.
Yeah, if you're going to do it now. You can get it just a bit less than it was when it first came out.
Yeah, which is good. It's
better. What really confuses me as well is this Black Friday just gone, or the holiday season. It was really cheap to buy a PS5.
That will have been stock though.
Yeah.
So now they'll be factoring in new builds.
But I think you could get like the standard PS5 for maybe like $350, maybe even less.
And they're not coming directly from Sony either. They're from retailers.
I know, but Sony will have had to agree the
that's true.
sale. So
for me, like obviously we're in unprecedented times with everything that's going on with the world. That's my main reason for wanting to wait for the next gen. Like, is it going to get worse than this? I don't know.
Yeah. Are they going to have to sunset? Probably. Are they going to have to sunset the PS5 Pro? Say if they bring it out next year, the PS6.
Yeah.
What happens to the PS5 Pro? You can't be selling that at $900.
No.
Surely. Not when the next console wasn't going to be that much.
Yeah.
All depends on the price of the next console, doesn't it?
It really does.
I wonder if they've waited to make this announcement because up until like a month or two ago, the PlayStation Pro wasn't worth the money because all the PSSR features that were sort of promised with it weren't working very well, and they were like making games work. But now they've done a massive update. Apparently, it's sorted everything out. So now games like Resident Evil, Crimson Desert, I think like Assassin's Creed, all these sort of like really intense games that look great. Now actually have PS Pro features.
PSSR.
Yeah, so PSSR 2 just come out. So now it's actually worth buying a PlayStation Pro. So now they probably feel like, okay, let's put the price.
The price already was mega.
Yeah.
What
was it, like 650 quid or something?
Well, I was thinking of getting one before the price was announced originally.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it would be the same price as the PlayStation 5 was when that came out. So I was thinking $450.
Which is normally the trend.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I was thinking if I can sell my PS5, for 200 quid, something like that, then it's only costing me 200 quid or 200 and a bit. But
no, I get it. You can get it right now at Argos for $640, the PS5 Pro.
Okay.
On offer.
I do feel a bit weird about the fact that when the Xbox came out, I bought mine a year after it came out, and I was on the fence about spending $450.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I was on the fence about it. I was like, well, it's going to be great and everything, but my one still works, and they're still, and I was a bit. And now I'm thinking, geez, I'm glad I did buy it.
I didn't even think my PlayStation, buy.
That's it. The only reason to buy like a console for me is when the games start to not run well. So I know people have seen that already with the Series S because it wasn't built to have the greatest graphics in the first place. But like if everything that's coming out on PS5 runs on a base PS5 fine and it's optimized for PS5, the Pro is just like sugar on top. Like you don't need $650 worth of sugar on top or £650 worth.
No.
And when the next generation console comes out, you're probably better off just buying a base one of those because it'd be better than a PS5 Pro.
Yeah, exactly.
I think because we're getting to the point now in a console generation where PCs are getting further ahead again. Obviously, they're always ahead,
but they're way more
now.
expensive now as well.
They are way more expensive, but because you're seeing like clips of say Crimson Desert, and look how nice this game looks on top end PC hardware, and then you play it on the PS5 base, and it looks like a potato. Maybe not potato, but it doesn't look anywhere near as good. The PS5 Pro is a kind of halfway point to getting it to look more like what you wanted it to look like.
But if it runs just as smoothly, like if you're not like 12 to 25 frames behind PC hardware, like once you're playing the game, you don't notice that anyway.
No, but some people do. I know it's not as big a deal for you, but there's a lot of people out there who it is. And they're like, why does this game look so bad compared to...
Like people did have that argument when Elden Ring came out. They said it didn't look like a next-gen game because you could see like polygons in the hair or whatever. But when you're playing it, that stuff is not noticeable because it's all moving so fast.
Well, it's
only when you take screenshots of a game where it's like, oh, look at that beautiful vista that's going to pass you by in 2 seconds.
But if say Elden Ring on PC, it looked incredible, but then on PlayStation 5, it looked like how you're describing, then people have that direct comparison. They might be a bit more sort of...
I mean, that was the case, though. And loads of people bought Elden Ring on consoles.
No, it looked doesn't look loads better on PC. I'm talking I don't know if you've seen the side-by-sides of... Well, Cyberpunk, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The side-by-sides of Cyberpunk on last-gen hardware versus PC.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone said, oh, well, if you get the PS4 Pro and it looks closer to the PC version and runs... even taking out the fact that it didn't run on last-gen hardware, just even looking at the current version of Cyberpunk on PlayStation 5, compared to high-end PC, it's still night and day. And I can see why someone would want it to look more like the PC version if you could pay a bit more money.
Yeah, but are people willing to pay that much more?
Well,
now?
some people we're so late into... I'll just quickly bring up, we're so late into this generation. I just don't see who's buying a base PS5 at £570. Like
it's a risk because are we late into the generation? Is the new one?
It's like nearly. It's like what, we 8 years in now?
No, I mean we're 6 years in.
Yeah.
Next year would be 7, which in theory would be the next gen. Unless they delay it. And
if it is, then way too late to be buying a PS5 Pro. In my opinion. But if it ends up being 2030 before we see it,
I don't think so. I
don't think so. But
the latest it's going to get delayed is a year. Because it'll be too far out of date with everything by then.
Anyway,
doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom.
Well, we'll move on to something a bit more positive.
Yes.
There was and to be honest, I didn't hear about this until literally yesterday. So, Xbox Partner Preview. There was a showcase.
I'd seen a little bit of advertisement for it.
Showcase.
Always a showcase.
Yes.
We'll try and go over this a bit quicker than we normally would because it was pretty small, and we've got games coming up as well.
Yeah,
so.
it was pretty small, but it was. I think it did show quite a lot of games. To be fair, and what I always like about the Xbox Partner ones is it also usually has a big splash screen at the end of all these games coming to Game Pass. It wasn't everything shown, but it was a good chunk of them.
It was. So it started off with a kind of, it looked like a vampire hunter sort of game called Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish. Too many extra titles.
So the Hunters games they're an old I think it's a tabletop RPG, and there have
really?
been games previously.
I did not know that.
Like quite old, and this is a new one.
I see.
This isn't the same game as that one where you choose a vampire path or you choose a human path, is it? Like
No, Vampire
there was at
Masquerade.
Gamescom. Was that Vampire the Masquerade?
I don't think you can choose a human path in that though.
No, there's one where you do more vampiric things, and there's one where you do more like stuff during the day. Like it's two different storylines.
Oh no, that's
yeah.
the old Witcher Devs one.
Oh, that's Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Yeah.
Oh right.
No,
Okay.
this is like a first person one. I think it's made by Nacon. The guys who did, or published by Nacon. It's made by the guys who did Rogue City.
It almost looks like military, but you're hunting vampires and werewolves and stuff.
Yeah, look quite cool.
Look pretty cool. And then we got the Expanse. Might butcher this. Osiris Reborn.
Osiris.
There you go.
This is linked to the TV show, The Expanse.
Linked to the TV show,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
It is the actual like actors, isn't it?
Oh, that's good. I like when they do that.
If it's the one I'm thinking of.
I've not seen it, The Expanse, so but I'm sure I read this was another kind of like take on that sort of Mass Effect formula, which is why I keep getting it confused with Exodus.
Yeah,
especially when it's EX at the start.
Yes, but cool. Definitely cool for all the fans as well, and hopefully it'll be good enough to.
Apparently, there's a beta coming out soon.
But you have to get.
Said stay tuned.
You have to buy one of the more expensive. Pre-order one of the more expensive versions of the game to get the beta.
Oh dear.
Also, I've never really heard of a beta for a single-player RPG.
No, same.
But, cool.
To be fair, they did it with Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
I mean that does have single player and multiplayer elements, but you could play it all single player.
Yeah, fair.
And then it's been a long time since I've heard about Serious Sam, but there's going to be a new Serious Sam game.
Even more serious.
Shatterverse, it's called.
Serious Sam less serious.
And it looks like different versions of Serious Sam.
Is Serious Sam a Sega title?
No, I had it on N64. I'm sure of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it seems very Sega-esque to me, like the way it's portrayed.
I loved Serious Sam. I used to play him back on PS2. But the later ones definitely fell short of the mark. Definitely people have been less enthralled with them more recently. This one, I don't know if it's going to cut the mustard, but it's a 5-player co-op roguelike.
Oh.
And it's like set across the multiverse of Serious
odd numbers,
Sam.
man. Why?
I don't know. And it just looks a bit dated. But you've got the exploding guys, you got So
that's all I remember hearing.
How did they go?
That's all I remember hearing from Brad's bedroom when we were a kid.
Yeah.
Even when I wasn't playing serious.
We got a new trailer for Stranger Than Heaven.
Yes,
this looks good.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this to come out.
Before I watched the showcase, I read up on what had happened, and I kept thinking it was the Stranger of Paradise game, the Final Fantasy one.
Oh yeah.
Years ago. Like, why are they showing that? It's the game that was Project Century.
Yes. Yeah, this is all the eras of Japan, isn't it?
Yeah,
all rolled into one game.
RGG Studios, is it?
I think so.
The Yakuza guys.
Yeah, Yakuza guys.
Yeah.
But you're going through different eras of Japan. Now, there is going to be a big deep dive on May 6th. We're going to do a big Xbox Presents on that. So we'll learn more then.
I'm hoping that'll tie me over to, what was that? The Dragon game that's been delayed.
If that ever comes out.
Gang of Dragon,
yeah. This is on Game Pass as well, I believe.
Yes.
Super Meat Boy 3D.
Hell yeah.
Got a new trailer. A very angry trailer.
Hard.
Yeah.
Very, very angry trailer. And it's coming out like in 3 days. March 31st.
Is it 31st? I know it's end of March. So by the time this episode comes out,
it'll be out.
Again, Game Pass, I believe. So
yes,
I'll jump into that because I enjoyed Super Meat Boy 2D.
I never got to play him, but I do like platformers, so I might have to jump on this. But it does look very punishing.
Yes.
Ascend to Zero is a futuristic roguelike looking game where you can stop time and stop your enemy's time. It looked pretty fun. That's coming out in July. So check that out if you like roguelikes. Dispatch is coming to Xbox finally.
Yes, because I was looking for this the other week and I was like, why isn't it in the store?
Speaking
I realized it wasn't on it.
Whoever was voicing over the Xbox showcase sounded like Aaron Paul to me. It sounded like bang on Aaron Paul.
You often do get people because it was Jennifer English last time.
Yeah, so it might have been Aaron Paul.
I thought he sounded like an old man.
He even made a little joke during Dispatch. Yeah, so
I skipped Dispatch because of
the last showcase win showcase of the year because it's voiced by Jennifer English.
Yes, it did.
Alien Deathstorm got a trailer.
Yeah. That sounds like a cool title.
This was the one by Rebellion Studios who did Atomfall.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I think it comes out next year. It looks like Alien, as in it's like the franchise Alien, but the aliens look different.
Yeah.
But it's like set in similar sort of environments. It looks
the Lake District.
Cool. No, space. Space District.
Way.
Stalker 2 is getting a new DLC, Cost of Hope, it's called. So more Stalker 2.
Yeah.
The Eternal Life of Goldman has a new.
I can't wait for this.
Yeah. So you're basically a Metroidvania, but you're an old man with a cane.
It looks like Hollow Knight, but old man. Yeah.
I loved all the customization on the cane. I also love the tagline at the end where it's like, sometimes you get so old you forget to die.
That's fantastic.
So 2000s. I love
it. But there's a demo out now if you want to give it a go.
It's just funny because it was talking about, like how old people always tell their stories and they always seem dead exaggerated, like back in my day. Yeah. And that's how it was like framing.
I'm already telling those stories.
Yeah. Oh no. What have we become?
You had to do all of that game just to get to school. What you on about? There was a trailer for a new game called Vaunted. I couldn't quite make out what the gameplay for this was like, but basically there's like 3 different characters.
I imagine there's more, but I think you just focused on 3.
Yeah.
It looks like a third-person tactics game to me. They look like you move your character around in third person, and then time will stop, and then you've got all your abilities and stuff.
I didn't really think the time stopped, but
it looked like it. Yeah. It looked like it to me.
Okay. I hope it is. I do like that.
Peaked.
Yeah, it is indeed. And then finally, there was a new game shown called Artificial Detective, which looked pretty cool.
Yes, it was just a teaser trailer, wasn't it? I think there was a smidgen of gameplay in there.
Yeah.
What did that look like?
You are a detective and you're like a robot detective.
Yeah.
Okay, you've sold me. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm in.
But it looks like you're protecting a little human.
Like RoboCop Noir.
Yeah, but all the humans have gone missing, and you're trying to solve why they've gone missing.
You're the only detective in the world, or something like that as well. I think it said. Yeah. It did look pretty cool.
Yeah, by default, you are the best detective.
Yes, but you're Batman, the world's greatest detective.
Yes. I don't know what the gameplay is like. I assume it'll be action based. So
yeah.
No, I didn't mention everything that was shown there, but they were my quick notes. So,
the standouts.
Yeah, a lot of it's coming out next year. Like a lot of it was saying 2027.
But also a lot of it's coming to Game Pass day one.
Yes.
So
if you're paying your £23 a month, you'll get it day one.
Yes.
Games coming up. Okay. Mouse PI for hire.
Yay! Again.
I know. Been delayed so many times.
I'm not going to go over what it is. We've been here plenty of times.
Boomer shooter, rubber hose style. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
16th of April, everywhere.
Yay.
Samsung, which I'm led to believe is a mix of GTA, Sifu, and Burnout, which is the best 3 things to cram together.
They have said, like, don't expect it to be like GTA scale. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah.
More like Sleeping Dogs scale.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's like open world, is it? Is it just like open areas or something?
I think it's open areas, yeah.
Okay. But it's a small studio, so don't think it's going to be...
It's not, GTA map. Yeah,
and I think it's a cheaper price, but it's like it's going for those sort of elements. It looks quite fun.
Sounds good. 8th of April, PC only.
When does Mouse PI for Hire come out, by the way? I don't think you said.
He already
I
did
did.
say.
Did you?
I did say, yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah, that's right.
What was it?
Well, I don't know. I've got
16th of April?
16th
guys.
of April, 26.
Thank you for my benefit.
So this one's I'm going to be a little delicate as I go through this one. I Am Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah!
Wait, that's a game that's coming out. Right? You know
It's a game coming out, and it is a serious
Just
game
a
coming out.
declaration.
Yeah.
Is
It is
like,
a serious game coming out, and
It is, yeah.
when I first read it, I unfortunately thought it was a bit of a meme game, and it's not.
I wonder if you can turn God mode on. Is the whole thing God mode?
Well, you are Jesus Christ, the
No,
mage.
I am Jesus Christ.
the mage.
The mage.
The mage, because he is doing everything like walking on water, and you have a magic bar. I don't know how else to describe it. Again, I'm just going to be very delicate in the way I say it.
I don't know. I've
It
seen
looks like-
gameplay. Yeah.
It doesn't look like a real game. It
No.
looks like you just play random scenes
It
from
looks
the
like
Bible.
you just
Genuinely felt like I was waiting for the joke.
Yeah.
100%. All the gameplay is Jesus' hands sticking out,
Yeah.
and then it highlights over a bucket or something.
First person Jesus.
You press a button, and then the
it's
bucket.
first person.
Yeah, the bucket fills with fish or something like that. Like it
This-
doesn't look like a game at all.
So basically, it's you play in the New Testament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
It
this like
gets nailed to a cross and everything. You
Nice.
play
Wow.
the scenes. It is
I did that
fully
in
serious
Cyberpunk.
as well.
Yes, that was Jesus 3000 Final Testament.
Yeah.
Is it
I mean-
please tell me it's coming out at Easter.
would be beautiful.
2nd of April.
That is
CC.
Good Friday.
Yeah,
That's
that
Good
is.
Friday. There you go.
I mean, I
Is
see
it?
it.
No, that's
No,
not Good
sorry, no,
Friday.
it
That's
isn't.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. It's Good Thursday.
Good Thursday.
An okay Thursday. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what this game. It doesn't
You
look like
have
there's any gameplay. Like
You have a mana
genuinely.
bar. Come
Yeah.
on.
I don't even think you can like walk around. From the looks of
No.
the clips, it looks like it's a static.
Like a point and click.
It
Well-
looks like the Christian rock band, to be quite honest. There's
Hey, I
no other
like
way
some
of describing
rock
it.
bands.
But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm getting at, don't you? There's just something
Nickelback.
not quite right.
Yeah, I think it also some of the voice lines have been done with AI. They've announced, so it's just AI Jesus.
Well, I mean, it's getting worse. Brad, thanks.
AI Jesus.
Did I say 2nd of April? PC.
You did,
Yeah.
yeah.
He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Dragon and Pearl of Destruction. Catchy
That's
title.
more like it.
You see, I'm excited about this because I love my side-scrolling beat-em-ups.
Yes, very Streets of Rage-esque, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's-
I mean, his default axe is very golden axe, so that would work well.
oh, yeah.
My only concern with these sort of games is there is so many of them at the moment. Is it?
Oh, but they all have their own little clincher.
They do.
What
I was
Indeed.
thinking
Yeah.
Nostalgia Train cash grab, but apparently it's quite a good game. I
Cool.
just, when I saw it,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think there's so
Um,
many of them because, like, so you can kind of like wait for the one you want. So if you were really
It's-
into Power Rangers,
Yeah.
you'd wait for the Power Rangers.
You've got
True.
rewind.
Yeah, you're
It's
not gonna
because
play-
my
you're gonna play
generation
them
have
all.
got to this age.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need the nostalgia, so that's why they're
And there were no good He-Man games back in the day.
true.
That's true. Also, I think we missed it last month, but Scott Pilgrim EX came out. Speaking,
It did.
Yes.
I thought we mentioned it.
I think we did mention it.
Yeah, I thought we mentioned it.
Yeah.
28th of April, PC, PS5, XS, PS4. I could say everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. I didn't mention it. It's made by the T2 No Fake guys.
Oh.
That's
Bitmap
why
Bureau.
it's going to be quite good, I think. The only bad thing I heard about that was it was a bit short. So, Modulus. It's a me game. It's a
Cubes.
factory builder game, but very cube-esque. You need to get things in order at the beginning rather than like your open world Factorio style. Place it everywhere, rebuild it. Place it everywhere, rebuild it. I think it's more if you get it wrong, you get it wrong.
So almost not very modular.
You would think that. But it looks really cool. PC, 2nd of April.
Cool.
Darwin Paradox.
The octopus game.
Octopus game.
I can't help but love this already.
There's a demo that I need to get around to playing.
I had the same.
To play.
I keep looking at it and going,
Yeah.
I should have done that. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's very Abe's Odyssey, but with a bit more of a humour, I think. I don't know.
You're escaping
Abe's
something,
Odyssey
aren't
had
you?
a lot of humour, to be fair.
Oh yeah, extra fart.
You could fart, yeah.
You're
Wow.
you are an octopus escaping a food factory. That's as far as I know from it. It looks funny. It looks fun.
Yes.
PC, PS5, XS, Switch to 2nd of April. Replaced. That looks pretty cool. Pixel art, cinematic platformer. That's what I wrote for it.
A lot of people are really excited for this one. It's kind of like cyberpunky.
Yes, the combat
world,
looks really
isn't
good
it?
in it, though.
Yeah.
It's all hand to hand.
Oh, the next line was combat looks great.
Yeah. I've got my eye on this one. Yeah, definitely.
I've been following this on Instagram for I think about a year now. It looks like the stages of the progression of the making. It looks really
I think
good.
it's hit a few delays.
Yeah, it has.
So,
yeah.
Am I right that you're playing the AI in the human body? Because there's not a lot about it.
That makes sense with the name.
Yeah, you're replaced. Yeah.
And I think they're after you for it or something along that lines. Who are they?
That's an extremely cyberpunk storyline.
PC XS 14th of April.
Oh, not on PlayStation.
No, that's what I could find.
Oh.
I could be wrong if somebody wants to Google it in the background. It's up to you. Soros.
Yes, Sauros. I think it's pronounced. Sorry, Ben.
I don't care.
This is the bullet hell game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Returnal 2. Basically.
Yeah, I was going to say, all I've got is Returnal Evolution. It's not linked, but it's the evolution of Returnal. It looked quite cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. There's been some previews. I don't know if previews is the right way, but a lot of people have had some hands-on with it and talked about it, and apparently it's really good. So, yeah, keep my eye on it. If they can...
It's got celeb Raul Coley in it, hasn't it? The main character?
Which I'm excited to play as.
Yeah.
If they can sort out the progression from Returnal, I'll be all in.
Oh, the meta progression.
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, because Jesus. Not I am Jesus Christ, just Jesus Christ. It was rough.
I'm really looking forward to this because I never got a chance to play Returnal.
Yeah.
And it looks like it is maybe squash some of the things that I wouldn't have liked about Returnal.
And hopefully this means you don't have to play Returnal.
The game,
even though that was a good game. Even though it was a good
quite
game.
a bit like Nier Automata. A lot of the bosses fight that way.
Yeah,
Bullet Helly.
Yeah.
PS5, 30th of April. Pragmata.
Finally.
I know. This was announced with the PS5.
Was it?
Christ, was it?
Yeah. Wow. I don't remember. It was like a scene of it was a scene of them walking through New York.
Wow, I didn't know
that. And it looked up at the moon and stuff, and then it went quiet for ages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, we're down to my descriptions. It's the game with the girl on your back.
Yeah.
Everybody instantly knows who that is and what that is.
Spaceman dude with AI sort of girl, like robot girl.
Yeah, Dead Space with little robot girl helping you out.
Yeah, but I don't think it's dead.
And hacking.
Yeah, because it doesn't look scary.
There are a lot of references to Isaac when people talk about it.
It looks a bit similar, But
he just had a girl in his head, not on his back.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't think it's not a survival horror by any means. You're fighting like
I don't think so. But the mechanics look really cool because the robots, you don't do a lot of damage to the robots because we've got shields. So you have to use a little girl to hack them whilst you're in combat. And the hacking challenges are like, I think they're like the pipe mini games, where you're trying to sort of flow out.
Yeah.
So you're sort of doing that.
The electric over there.
Yeah.
You're doing that on the fly.
It on like, there's like a pop-up screen that appears whilst you're still controlling your character. You're then doing that with the D-pad.
Yeah. So it's not like forces combat.
That's cool. That is really cool. Yeah. I like the bits where you look like you have to go and get her after she's been knocked off your back. Yeah. I don't know why that entertains me, but in the middle of scrapping all these robots, oh crap, I dropped something.
Yeah.
I'm hoping if she can get individually damaged, you can leave her in a bin like on Resident Evil 4 and then go back again.
But then you can't hack.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
So she's got use.
Yeah. Maybe she has Wi-Fi.
Hack, then bin, then go get
it. This went downhill. PC, PS5, XS, Switch to 17th of April.
Wow, Switch 2.
The Occultist. It just jumped out at me. I like a horror game. First-person horror game. You're investigating your father's disappearance on an island. It's basically puzzle-solving, psychological horror.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It looked the part to me. PC, PS5, XS, 8th of April. My quick notes are Starfield on PS5. We don't need to go over that. 7th of April.
There's also like a 2.0 update, I think, with that.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah.
Is it more stuff coming, or is it just looking better?
Well,
I think
maybe
there's more stuff. I think there's a DLC as well.
Maybe hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah.
I will not be playing it.
It does seem like they've removed the black screening from whenever you hyperjump.
Yeah, it's more seamless between planets and stuff. You know, maybe they've fixed a few game-breaking bugs.
Like yours.
Yes. But I'll never know.
Kilner.
Yeah.
Archery-based 4v4 brawler. I mean...
There's going to be so many suggestively shaped pots out there.
100%.
Yes.
Does look fun.
That's what we call cockery? No? Crockery?
Crockery,
yeah. I thought there might be something there, but...
close, no bacon. April 23rd. Oh, wow, I've just written it as in April 23rd, 2026.
Wow.
I've not done that for any of the others, and I read it out wrong.
Assuming that it's this year. Yeah. Game's coming out next month.
XS, PC, PS5. Pokemon Champions, I know nothing. Jake?
So it's basically they're compiling all the battle mechanics into one battle game. You can get it on your mobile or on your Switch. It's basically just Pokemon battling. It's all about Pokemon battling.
This is what the tournaments are going to be on, aren't they, going forward? Which tells me that they might change the core gameplay of the new gens going forward.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know
why you wouldn't.
I like the turn-based. I don't want it to be like ZA.
But I mean, make it. Like they can't change because of the sort of competitive scene. They can't change it too much. Like, fine, keep it turn-based, but there's a lot you can do in turn-based that would break the tournaments.
Yeah.
So keep this as tournament Pokemon and have the others as interesting Pokemon.
I would love it if they went more the Legends Arceus route with their fighting, because that was turn-based, but you can move around.
Well, you couldn't move around in Arceus.
You can as the player.
Yeah, I suppose.
So you can see the battle from different angles and stuff.
Yeah. It looks actually quite good. Like, graphically, it looks way better than like the most recent games to me.
There was a game like this on the Wii, which was like a spiritual successor to Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, Battle Frontiers.
Any Pokemon from Gen 3.
But this is all about battling. It was Gen 4, I think. But this is all about battling online. It's going to have some sweaty tryhards on it, no doubt. Because it's all about the tournaments and stuff. They have changed a few things. You can rent Pokemon, I've seen, but you can only rent them. You can only rent one Pokemon once per day or something, and it's like a 7-day. You keep them for 7 days.
Wow.
But you can transfer them from home. There's a lot of information out there, but it comes out very soon.
I just hope they don't lock any of the event items for the next Pokemon game into this, because I hate that.
No, they won't. I don't think they will. You can also really change your Pokemon with the point system. So, like, I think they've removed IVs from this, but you can customize your EVs, your stats, like, as much as you want. You can change the I think you can change the abilities too, and you can also change the nature. So you can basically
takes out the RNG.
Yeah. So it's taking all the randomness.
Yeah, so
cool.
Ever asked a question you wish you hadn't? 8th of April. And you already said everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
not everywhere.
Switch and mobile.
Switch and mobile, basically.
Anywhere Nintendo would be.
Yes.
That's me for mine. Brad, you said
there's a couple. So there's one I want to highlight is Hades 2 is coming to consoles, to PlayStation and Xbox. That was announced at the partner showcase. And there's a quick one there.
It's just been on PC and Switch before this,
yes.
hasn't it? Yeah.
And I believe it's coming to Game Pass day one, which is why when I purchased Hades 2 on Steam on the sale a couple of days ago, I then refunded it because I realized it was coming to Game Pass. And Invincible Versus.
Yes.
That's the Invincible from the series Invincible.
It's like a 5v5, isn't it? This one?
No, that's
3v3.
Marvel.
Oh, that's
3v3 this one.
Okay.
But it looks good. Everyone with hands-on said it's like quite an accessible fighting game, but it's really good. So
I don't think
it's
graphically
it's more a
great.
2D one, isn't it, than like a Dragon Ball Z type one?
Yeah, it is 2D. I think the graphics look fine because they look like they're taken from the show.
Yeah.
It's like 3D but 2D. Like the models are 3D but 2D fighting. Yeah.
Like the same but different.
Me.
Nice.
2D but 3D.
Actually,
I like that.
One more for games that you should never pre-order is Masters of Albion, because that's Peter Molyneux's next game. And if you know anything about Peter Molyneux, don't trust a word the man says. So that's the Fable adjacent, but not Fable.
Town builder.
Town builder, yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's good, by all means buy it.
But wait and see.
Definitely wait and see.
Cool. Well, that's that bit, I guess. Do some socials. What do you reckon?
Yes.
It's always a hit and a miss. Are you ready? You can contact us on Gaming Garnish. No, it's already gone. So I'll just start again.
No. Keep going. gaminggarnish@gmail.com.
Well done.
gaminggarnish@gmail.com.
You know it's bad when Jake most of the
God, I know. I feel terrible. Can we just delete this whole bit and try again? You can catch us on most of the socials. Instagram, Blue Sky, name it, we're there. We have quite an active Discord. There's invitations everywhere. We've always got something going on there.
You can even just search it on Discord as well. It pops up.
Yeah.
Yep. You can literally Google us and find us all over the spot. We do a couple of live streams nowadays. We're doing a Wednesday night retro game on YouTube. Hopefully move to Twitch soon as well. And I think you guys did a stream the other night of our Backlog game.
Title, yes.
We did. That could be a really good segue.
Buried by Backlog.
So it was my choice this month. This month.
Definitely month.
And I always say Taskmasters, which it's not. It's Trailmakers.
It is.
And it is a sandbox builder game. Basically, I played it I'll give you a quick rundown of it for me, because I played it a long, long time ago when it was only one mode and still in an early access of some kind.
Did it come out in 2018? Something like that?
I think it did.
It was quite a few years.
I mean, I would never be able to tell.
Yeah, it's been about a while. Anyway, it's a sandbox game that is 3D sort of physics-based building in it. You, at the time, all you had to do was survival mode. You kind of landed on a planet, and you had to create the vehicle to collect the parts to build the spaceship to leave the planet. That was the premise of it altogether. Since then, I knew they'd added lots of different modes. So Pioneers, there's a few DLCs. There's
Pioneers was the big update, I think, last year. That sort of like
which put a storyline, didn't it?
Yeah.
And they put a multiplayer in it. It's got a lot bigger than it ever was after when I looked at it. So, initial thoughts.
So
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'll jump off just immediately and say this is obviously not my type of game normally. I wouldn't play this type of game like through choice. So things like the Pioneers mode I did jump into for a little while, but I don't feel personally qualified to be able to talk to it that much, because it's very much a make your own fun type of game.
Definitely.
The whole purpose is building stuff. And for me personally, in a game like the Pioneers mode, although I appreciate it being there as a tutorial and as a bit of a story, the idea of then having to find all the parts, but then also find the components to make the parts, that isn't for me. So I struggled. That's not to say it's bad in any way. I just don't feel qualified to talk to that side of it too much. However, we did
I'm just going to drop in quickly and say, I completely agree there.
Okay.
That Pioneers mode was the bit I hadn't played before, and it did not grab me because it was too grindy. There was just too many elements, too many things involved.
Yeah, whereas the pause trying to get to those was a bit of a nightmare. So you could add the new bits that it wanted you on.
Whereas the simplicity of the game that I played previously was just you'd crashed on the planet and you had to make the thing work. You had to make the car work.
The only other game mode I did play, I didn't play the survival mode. Where it's Stranded, I think.
Stranded,
I played Sandbox, which is where I had a lot more fun. And it's definitely where I'd recommend people play. Definitely with friends as well, which we'll get to. But I definitely enjoyed that a lot more.
Pretty much exactly the same. I'm not going to repeat all that, but it's basically exactly the same as Brad. I almost don't feel qualified enough to talk about some aspects of it because it's not usually my sort of game. I did play the Stranded mode a little bit, and I do agree that it's way more simple, but did feel better for some reason. I don't know why.
I think so. Did you all? I know you didn't, Brad. Did you ever go with the Stranded mode, Joe?
No, I only did the Pioneer and the Sandbox is what I did.
Okay.
I didn't mind the Pioneer mode, but it was a bit grindy, like Brad said.
Yeah.
I only got up to like the 8th or 9th objective that it gives you. But I'd seen enough of that. Then I was like, I just want to build my own things. So go on Sandbox.
I think it was overcomplicated. For me that mode. So I liked the simplicity of the Stranded mode based on you aren't driven. You aren't like you have to go to this part next. You have to go here next.
Yeah.
No, you're not objective driven, but the main objective is just to leave the planet. And the ship you were on had a certain special type of material that fell all over the planet when you hit the asteroid. And you then go around creating vehicles to deal with that area that you're in. So there's like a marshy bit. You can get some monster truck wheels to help you through the marshy stuff. You can get flotation devices so that you can make a boat. Now, it does give you simple suggestions of vehicles to build. But that's cheating. I'm not doing that.
Well, but that's a good. That's to me sounds like a better tutorial.
It basically
the Pioneers.
Yeah, you're basically going around collecting all these parts, aren't you? And then when you unlock, so you're
150 parts, I think it was.
You'll unlock the monster truck wheels, and you'll be like, oh, okay, maybe that'll help me in this area get around better.
But there's also no limitation when you've unlocked them. The only limitation is engines. So you have to get power cores for your ship. When you get an amount of power cores, that translates to engines you can put on your vehicle as well.
Well, that's something I found with the Pioneers mode because there's the same restrictions there. But I jumped on the Pioneers, I did the tutorial, jumped on with Jake for a bit, did some missions, and then I could jump back in myself and it would carry on from the same point, which I liked. But for some reason, the number of power cores that I could have reduced by half. So the cars that I had already built, I could no longer use. For some reason. But
I think I had the same thing when I jumped on it myself as well.
I don't know what that was about. But
probably because it gives you the same amount each, but then the resource is shared.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or just the total is shared.
But I much preferred it, jumping to Sandbox with you guys and turning the power core limit off.
Yes, that was great.
One of the big distinctions as well between Stranded and Pioneers is that there are enemies in Pioneers.
Yes.
So you need weapons, whereas in Stranded there are no enemies. So you don't even collect weapons.
Okay.
So
no, it is literally the builder.
It's literally just trying to pick
up. There's no combat.
It's trying to pick up and bring these items to a zone so you can collect them.
But it was very good in the ways of sort of learning how to make a submarine, for instance. So you had inflatable parts that you could control by inflating, but they give you a standard one, and it is the hardest thing I've ever done to try and make it dive under the water. Because you deflate them, and it deflates sort of, I'm going to do it on screen, sorry people that are listening, you deflated half of it, so it did that. And then you would have to drive, and then you would have to slowly inflate this one to level back out again. And it was impossible.
The ballast.
That is so funny because at work, I'm looking into designing something very similar to that. We'll see if it's easier in real life than it is on Trailmakers. Well, we spent most of our time, I'd say, or at least I spent most of my time playing with Jake and Joe, or just me and Jake at one point, in the Sandbox mode, power cores turned off, and we sort of did the make your own fun, didn't we?
It was like a Top Gear challenge, what we did.
So we streamed one of our sessions, and then me and Jake, before that, we did a similar thing, where basically, we'd set each other a challenge, So we ended up, I think, completing 3 challenges, didn't we? The first challenge was death machines.
Yes.
So we set a power core limit, I think, to 10, so we wouldn't just be there forever. But it was death machines. Obviously, the last one standing wins. And obviously, I won.
I got destroyed immediately.
Just we also set ourselves like a time limit as well.
I tried going like the fancy route, and I made a hovercraft, which I then couldn't steer.
It was fun because there is so much intricacy to the way it works. Like so much of it we didn't even sort of consider because it was.
There are so many different parts. Yeah, and you can build you can build cars, you can build submarines, you can build boats, you can build airplanes, helicopters.
A quick one there we haven't really touched. It's Lego-esque building, isn't it?
Yes.
It's Lego bolt parts.
Yeah, imagine legally distinct Lego.
Yes.
Kind of where you're at. But then you think, okay, I'm going to put all these wheels on. You put the wheels on, and then you realise you can't turn.
Yeah.
So you need to put
a steering mechanism in,
But then you realise
you put track it.
Or you put the steering mechanism on, but you've put them both the same way, so the wheels turn into each other, or away from each other, so you're still not turning. So there's a lot of trial and error there, which was fun, to try and figure out. It's something that would be quite hard to tutorialize. You just kind of have to just dive in.
Yeah, it's an experiment, like the whole thing.
Yeah,
definitely, and that's kind of the point of the presets, isn't it? To let you learn how that type of vehicle works.
Yeah, so you could spawn in a template and then adjust the template, but
I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
There was templates at the top.
Blueprint tab.
Oh, okay. I thought that's just where I saved my own.
I do want to touch on the blueprint tab because I'm sure you guys all noticed in the main menu, a feature that I really, really liked was it showed off people's
community builds.
Yeah.
I think they do like a weekly challenge or a monthly challenge. And it shows like the winners. Some of those builds are insane.
It's mind blowing.
Someone's made a killer whale in this game.
Absolutely crazy. Anyway, you can download them.
Yep, so you can try them out.
And you can try them out, which I thought was really cool. It doesn't cost anything. Most of them that I found were aesthetics over. So
they didn't work.
It did not work very well. So I spawned my Mecha Godzilla in, didn't I, Joe?
Yeah, the way that moved was it could only jetpack fly, and none of the weapons other than the arm cannon was mapped to anything.
Yeah. But I had like a Naboo starfighter that looked like a Naboo starfighter.
Illegally distinct Banu space fighter.
Yeah. Millennium Falcon and stuff. It was really, really cool, some of the stuff people could do. So I really enjoyed. I cannot state enough how much I loved the fact that they spotlighted these in the menu.
I think the community for the game is probably where it shines.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the fact that you can download them and take them in. So yeah, that was really cool. But I did save a few of my own templates in the same thing as well. So I just want to say, like, obviously we did the war machine thing. Then what did we do? We did a
cross-country vehicle. Amphibious and land, yes.
Yeah, so, that was definitely the hardest one, but the funniest as well.
I think I pretty much nailed that one first try. If Brad didn't keep blowing me up.
Well, what we did was we made these vehicles on land, and then we had to get to the checkpoint knowing there was water, so we couldn't test our water functionality until we got to water. So we all had our vehicles, and we all got to water, and pretty much all of us failed. Mine worked upside down, so once my vehicle flipped in the water, I could move it just very slowly. We did allow each other to change our design once we got to water. So Joe,
the only thing that was wrong with mine was the buoyancy was too low on the vehicle, so I kept flipping. But once I just raised it up by like 4 spaces, it worked fine.
Yeah.
No, nice.
So then
it worked like a speedboat.
And Joe sort of was getting ahead, but then I was firing my tank cannons at him, and it was like a proper cannons in a.
I was like bobbing and weaving.
So many of them were missing, and they were blowing up the water. And then I'd nail one. I'd just see him eviscerate.
Yeah, just fly into the sky.
Maybe it was a bit too long.
I just sank to the bottom.
Yeah. Anyone watching the stream was watching Jake's view.
Yeah,
it was just on his way down.
I was going, no, there's enemies. Because the enemies were spawning in.
And then I did end up building a pretty good one, but it took me right up until Joe actually reached the goal.
Yeah, and I wasn't far off. Yeah, I wasn't far off Joe. So Joe won that one. I came second. Jake lost. And then the final one, we did a drag race. Which was no power core limit, all the engines, all the jets.
Oh, how many times did you flip it? Because I wasn't there at the end.
I didn't flip, but I did go off the map because I tried to steer.
the rule was you had to get to the end as well. If you fall off, you lose. So I think my car was the fastest, but it flung off the quickest.
Jake's was the most successful there.
I don't know. I felt like I was ahead the whole time.
No, but I'm sure I did. Once I put my boosts on, I'm sure I took got ahead. But
mine at least went in a straight line, and that's all.
Yours did, yeah. Mine didn't.
I think given a long enough runway, mine would have ended up the fastest. It just was slower to accelerate because it had like 4 dragster wheels, 2 on each side, 2 tractor tires at the front, tiny ones, loads of like aeroplane wings and jet engine like intakes and stuff.
Keep it pinned down.
It looked like something Gru would make.
Mine worked really well with like 2 smaller wheels at the front and then one massive big monster truck wheel at the back. It just worked. It was great.
We all won one challenge, which was good fun.
Yeah.
But even like then you're saying like the intricacies of it, like there is aerodynamics. I don't know if you open the aerodynamic menu at any point.
Oh yeah.
But it shows all the flows over the different different elements. You've got like weight to take into account. So my death machine didn't work at first because it was too light and it was too powerful. So I had to put weights underneath to weigh it down, and then it worked perfectly.
I had to weigh it down like this.
Yeah. So it's like incredibly intricate. You know, you can make planes, you can make helicopters, you can make proper submarines. Like if we had more time and we were more experienced, I could see having a lot of fun doing these challenges every week or every couple of weeks. You know, even if we said, let's meet up for half an hour one day and bring our creations.
Yes.
These are the challenges. You've got all week to build them. You know, you can definitely.
It would have been a very good angle to come from.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ben bought it on Steam, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was just about to say, so the reason I didn't join you guys was I'd bought it on Steam and it doesn't have crossplay.
Yeah.
So I was on my Billy Lonesome looking at this island trying to pick pieces of asteroid up. It was great. Actually, I'd say that was the driving factor, because the challenge on my side, the way I played it, was the fact that there were floating islands with another part that I needed to get. I had to make a flying vehicle, or it was under the water. I had to make a submarine. And the issue is, on top of that, is every piece of material you're trying to pick up is a different size. So there were some that were gigantic, and I had to basically engulf them completely. And like there's one of the I couldn't do it until I got a tractor beam. Because then I just engulfed this gigantic thing and then just sort of stuck it to the top of it, if you will.
I'm curious, Ben, did you play it on PC or Steam Deck?
So I played it on Xbox when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then I played the majority of it this time on PC. So I've had both experiences, controller and mouse.
Because the controls were
god awful.
I thought, and I complained about the god awful controls a lot. I don't think they could have done much better of a job.
No, I agree.
Not without a mouse.
So building even with a mouse was complicated because of the views.
Yeah.
So if you, for instance, disconnected a wheel just because you needed to move it back one slot, say, because it's all in Lego squares, as you will, you had to move it back one slot, you end up sticking the wrong side of the vehicle completely.
Yeah, sometimes it would just shift across the whole
frustrating.
vehicle.
I think it's because it doesn't, it in no way, shape or form does it let you put stuff inside other stuff. So
you just can't clip.
There's no, I think it would benefit from like you can't place it there because there's something there. But the fact that you can put it there, and because I was often using the D-pad to move stuff around. And if it just had like that thing where it was like, error, you can't place it here because there's already a thing here, it would work way better because instead of doing that, it just places it on either side of the...
and then leaves it as an unconnected block.
Sometimes I just place things floating. Just for like the time being, but it was definitely finicky. As I say, I don't know if they could have done much to improve it, because I think some of it is just the nature of those type of games and controls.
I think one of the things they could have done to aid in controller placement is have like a snap to like plan view, side view, rear view, front view, rather than leaving it.
Maybe
that's true. Because like 3D modeling.
Because it's relative to where your camera is looking, how things are made. But sometimes, like trying to rotate a part was quite challenging. You'd have to rotate
you only had left,
like
right, or roll away and towards.
So it wasn't always that intuitive. But there was so much control you could have over it. Like we didn't realize till later. Like I had jets on my car, didn't I?
Yeah.
And engines. So I pressed the right trigger, and everything came on. But then Joe said you can actually change the button prompt for different things.
Yeah.
So you can make your engines come on with a different button.
So there's like hydraulic rams you can control. So you would put them on one button. The problem is, once it's on one button, all the rams go at once. So it's okay, for instance, like if I'm using two almost forklift forks at the front of the vehicle and then bringing them in together to pick up the item, that works. But if I also need to raise the vehicle up, I can't then use another hydraulic system. You couldn't.
On all my jets, I had to change them all to be a different button prompt.
Yeah, same.
Well, that was the issue I was having. I couldn't figure out how to change that set individually to then just raise the vehicle up.
Yeah,
that was probably just me being a bit dumb, if I'm honest. Yeah.
I don't know if dumb is the right word. It's just some of it was quite
overwhelming.
Obtuse. It wasn't the best laid out.
It would have been good to select one thruster and be like all thrusters on this button. But no,
I only found that out because in the story when. In the Pioneers mode, you have a tractor beam, a mining laser, and a gun, and they were all mapped to A. So when I was trying to shoot an enemy, I was tractor beaming them towards me, and then mining lasering them, and then shotgunning them, and it just wouldn't work. Yeah. But then I was like, oh wait, I can put the mining laser on X and like the gun on right bumper. And,
So how did we find the looks of it?
I like the cartoonish nature of it.
Me too.
I wouldn't want this to be like a Rust like photorealistic.
It's very Roblox.
It's quite an old game as well. I don't know how much they've updated it like graphically since it came out. But Jake just said then it kind of looks like Roblox, so it's not like.
I think it's perfect for what it is. I think
from when I played it, they've added wavy grass.
Right.
Okay.
So that sounds stupid, but
it kind of tanks the performance sometimes.
Yes, we were on Series S though, so I did.
I didn't know there was any like frame drops or anything.
No,
it did sometimes for us. Well, for me. So that wasn't ideal, but again, with the nature of this type of game, where it's kind of endless what you can build, you expect it.
They also added little bits of wildlife, so there's the odd chicken running around or creature running around that wasn't there when I played it originally.
I only saw the robot death machine.
But there was also a point system towards running them over. So if your vehicle was quick enough and you could splat them and get, I think it was like a currency to buy special type of parts.
Okay. In the
like saw blades.
Yeah.
There are a lot of like open fields sort of, which don't really, there is a lot of terrain in the game, bear in mind. But I think
you could turn on terrain deformation, but I didn't ever see it do anything.
Yeah, but there are loads of different areas. Maybe there were a bit too many just open fields.
But again, it depends on the map.
Just for like testing purposes.
Yeah.
Very true.
It made the mode I play a little grindy eventually because, like you said, the open fields, but at the beginning with only one engine, when you're plodding along the same speed as a forklift, it did get a bit grindy. But the second I got a couple more power cores, it was no problem driving across that field because it was relatively quick. And then it went too silly and too fast, and I just spun out everywhere I went.
Still a terrain.
Say that again, Joe.
Like, open plains are still a terrain that you got to.
Yep.
Hit one little rock and you're
I did occasionally on the stranded mode specifically. If I was trying to grab something that was on a ledge or something, as soon as I'd like clip the stub or the ledge that this part was stuck on, I think it happened 2 or 3 times where it would bug out and it would send my car flying across the map.
Is this because you didn't have suspension installed?
No, it's just because I had like I had like a forklift sort of thing at the front of my car to try and grab it, and as soon as it hit the stub,
it was a weird physics to the asteroids. It was a weird physics to the asteroids, wasn't it? So I had the similar moments, but with because I used like a pincer style forklift to grab hydraulic rams moved in to grab it. However, if it was dragging on the floor, you just spin out for no reason as you were driving along. Yeah, because it might have scuffed a bump. So Jake was also having the same moment of you could reset them to back to where they were if you knocked them off by accident and they were in the sea. You could reset them. And it's a similar moment when he goes up to it and I don't know, maybe you clip into the thing it stood on or something around it. It got horrendously confused and just flung you. That was it. You're gone
across the map, which
That's
kind
it.
of helped because it landed me in an area I wasn't across the sea.
I couldn't get to.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, I'll carry on from here.
But again, on that, there was no order. You didn't need to. You could just get out your car and swim across it.
Yeah.
It'd take you a minute, but you could then
Really
spawn your car on the other side.
Really like the fact that you can just change your car anywhere as well.
Yeah.
Like it's not like going to a separate menu or anything. You're literally just driving around or going to garage. You don't have to go into a garage. You just stop where you are, press the build button, and it literally lifts up and you just start editing it like on the fly. So you can literally just change your vehicle for whatever circumstance you need. Which I feel like the Pioneers mode kind of relied on you to do too much, and that's why it became grindy.
In our triple challenge thing, it did come at a detriment to me when I was traveling across the water. There's a bit in like the haunted bog where there's like some sort of prison island that's full of missile silos. So I'd go into that mode to reset my position, but the missiles wouldn't stop aiming at where I was. So whenever I came out of it, I was just being spammed by missiles. I just had to wait till Brad almost caught up with me for them to aim at somebody else.
I should have waited.
Yeah, I had a moment where I was pinned as well, but obviously there's not by missiles or anything. I was half on and off a pothole of water, and I couldn't get traction. And if you respawn the vehicle, it respawned it where you were because it was to respawn a broken vehicle, and it dropped it into your menu to try and change it. Well, I was dropping straight back to where I were, and I had no big wheels or anything that could get me out of it. I had to just keep picking it up and dropping it to make it sort of bounce. So I had to do to get it off the hole. I couldn't do anything.
You're not was there not a button to move? Yeah, so I'm sure if you press B or whatever it is on PC, it would bring the vehicle towards you.
No, I must have skipped that. I don't read. Let's just face it. I don't read.
If you get out and you go somewhere else, you can recall the vehicle with B and it just spawns where you are.
I learned that after.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm like,
in the edit mode, you can select every piece and then just move it further along. In the edit.
Just keep moving the wheel out of the pothole.
That would have worked. Yeah.
How did you guys find combat and stuff like that? I feel like it was almost an unnecessary thing that they added. It's cool that it's there.
I liked it because it allowed us to do competitions.
A lot. There was one bit where I was coming out of a cave and there was about 7 enemies, all with like lasers and shotguns, all firing at me at once. And in the Pioneers mode, you only get like 3 respawn tokens.
Yeah.
Again, the Pioneers mode was overly restrictive, but like some of those enemies were in the
sandbox.
Depending on the map you picked. So that was different. Combat was quite hard, obviously, depending on the weapons you had.
Like they could always aim at you, and you struggled to aim back at them.
Because you could
have how bad your vehicle was.
Yeah. You could have your weapons on like a servo, so you could rotate them, or you could just stick them to like the front of your car, so you only shoot where you're looking and stuff. So there's ways around it. I had one with flat cannons all the way around my car. Press a button, it just like exploded outwards.
I feel like what they should have done is with the enemies, make them out of the similar blocks that you're made of, so you could blow bits of them off.
Yes,
rather than have them as a set enemy where you have to completely destroy it to disable it.
I think that was probably like performance issues, because I imagine if all the enemies also had parts that flew off, it just wouldn't run that well. But I think you're right. If they were going to do it, Trailmakers 2. There you go.
Cool. Should we round it up then? Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I don't mind. So going into this, when you picked it and looked into it, I was kind of like, it's really not my type.
One day I'll choose Factorio. Just saying.
You're not allowed. You can't be on your backlog if you play it every week. But I really wasn't looking forward to it. And I played the Pioneers mode, and it kind of reinforced those sort of feelings.
Yeah, I agree.
But then I jumped into the sandbox with Jake, and I just found myself laughing. When something would work, and like I blow Jake up and he'd just fly off the screen or something. It was hilarious. Or when it wouldn't work and it just wasn't doing what I wanted, it became really fun. And then it kind of clicked, like what this game is like. And it reminded me a lot of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Yes, you did bring it up.
Yeah.
I never played it, but I watched a lot of people play it. And that seemed the same sort of thing. You'd build a vehicle and you'd fight each other. That was a lot more basic, I believe. This is like the extreme version.
My problem with that Banjo-Kazooie game was that it was Banjo-Kazooie. I loved the aspect of the building the cars and the racing and stuff. I was like,
it just wasn't Banjo.
He's a bit cringe as a character. That's not what his game was about.
Yeah.
It's also similar to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
In that way.
Yeah,
in
a way. Yeah. In your building stuff. Yeah, fair. But for me, once I figured out what I was finding fun, which was that sort of creating challenges thing, then I decided let's get all together that we could. Obviously, at the time, I didn't realize Ben couldn't join and do that. And at that point, it had clicked, and I realized or at least what I find fun in this game. And I think on that basis, I could recommend it for someone. It depends who you are. If you're someone who enjoys just building stuff by yourself and just enjoying that, maybe find some catharsicism in that, then fine. I think that'd be a very good game for you. I probably wouldn't recommend the Pioneers mode because I don't really see who would find that fun. But maybe the Stranded mode and the sandbox. But even if it's not your type of game, typically, if you've got a group of friends who you can get together, jump on a sandbox map, set it so only you guys can join, and just start building crazy stuff and challenging each other. That was really good fun. I don't know how long we could keep having fun for, but at least for the few...
As long as there was a challenge, we'd be having fun.
I think the few times we did it, I really enjoyed it. Probably won't go back to it, but I enjoyed the time I was playing it.
Cool. Joe?
I'd recommend this game. But if you're the kind of kid who liked building Lego models, following instructions, don't pick it up. If you're the kind that likes just spilling the Lego all over the floor and building whatever the hell you want.
A master builder.
do play this game. Because I feel like the mode that had the instructions, the story mode, I felt like it was just slowing me down. Because I could see the potential in the building aspect. I'm like, but it's not letting me get the thing I need to do this.
Yeah.
Or I would like a weapon that could do this. Yeah. You only built a basic car, or maybe further along it would show you how speedboats worked or aircraft worked.
I'm sure
I never got that far. But I liked finding out almost badly how all that stuff worked because I put aeroplane stuff on my submersible car by mistake, thinking, it's fins, it'll aim me in the water. But I didn't realize that they were aiming where I looked because that's how the planes fly. So because I was looking ahead, my car kept trying to go upwards out of the water. So I was just bobbing like this. So I had to remove them, and then it just flew through the water straight. I was like, that was my mistake. If it had done that in the story, it would have done a completely different aircraft bit, and I wouldn't have had that interaction. And I liked the experimentation.
I think it almost over tutorializes you.
Yes. You don't need the frog people. Just leave them out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to help them.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about Stranded too is you've got, as long as you found the part, you've got unlimited parts of that part. So you just end up building stuff. Yeah. And the sandbox is even better because you just have unlimited everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Jake?
I'm very similar to Brad in this aspect. I was not looking forward to it. And I put off playing it for a long time. Again, the Pioneers mode just feels a bit too grindy, and it's just not where the fun is to me. The fun is playing it with your friends and just building ridiculous vehicles, and just try. Yeah. It's almost funnier when they don't work than it is when they do.
Oh yeah, my death machine killed me before you guys could. Really, I've driven it into too many trees, and I couldn't stop because there's no brakes on a hovercraft. And I said, right, you guys just go because I'm sidling sideways across the hill and I can't brake. So
definitely. And it's definitely I'm trying to think of something that does, I think it's the best builder I've probably played. I'm not a fan of builders, but the building mechanic is, I would say, better than Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom, you've got to collect everything. And once you've used it, it's gone.
That game.
Yeah. Whereas this, if you go into the sandbox mode, you just make your own fun. And that's where the game is really good. Would I recommend it to somebody like me? Probably not. But if you have some friends who are willing to just have a laugh, it's definitely a good time, and I would recommend it for that. It's a very on the fence recommend. Because I can't recommend playing it by yourself if you're not into these sort of games. If you are, 100%, if you're a builder, definitely get this. But it's also good to play with other people, and I feel like that's where it's really shines.
Yeah.
I really like Joe's master builder analogy.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. The fun is in what stupid thing can I make to make this work.
Yeah.
And I think what it needs is the challenges set by the game that you and your friends complete by trying to make the vehicles.
Yeah, almost like a matchmaking thing. Like you get
so
first, you get 3 points or whatever.
You could be teamed up, for instance, and had to get to a point, and this is what you've got to do it. Or you've got everything you want, however, it needs to do 4 different things when you get there.
Yeah.
Like these, if these were built into the game for you to try and do, I think it would be exceptional. I would say to everybody, have a go.
But you can do it like we just made them up ourselves.
Yeah, you just made them. I agree with you, but that's again you making your fun. Yeah. I think it could be good because the parameters are set for you how to do this.
I think if that's what the Pioneers mode was more about, then
definitely. I think even doing a multiplayer on the Stranded mode would be fun because okay, how do we get to that?
I think can you do that co-op?
I don't know actually. Oh, you can.
You can go on all of them co-op. I think.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's pretty diverse. There's even like a race mode that you can do as well.
Yeah,
if you want.
I would say the only thing the game was missing was probably a custom map builder, which I know is like an entirely other like game genre. Yeah. But like, say, I would like to have tested like a flatland or like be able to put ramps up or be able to, I don't know,
a racetrack maker would be really good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Because there is only a set track.
It's just missing that little bit of drive. I think to spur you on to do more.
You want more drive? Dragon engines are really good.
Yeah. They cost a lot though.
So again, I'm actually on the fence about recommending it as well, based on the fact that I probably got bored at about 100 out of the 150 bits. You know, like I just started to get grindy. I got to the point where I was thinking, I've got to get that all the way back there.
Yeah.
And that became the drag.
I had a very nice chill 2 hours playing Stranded mode. I had like a podcast on or something in the background. It was very chill, but after that 2 hours, I think I had like 50 of the parts, and I was like, I can't really be bothered.
I agree.
Now.
I hit the same. So yeah, I think I agree with you all. From what I watched on your stream, it is more fun to make your own fun with mates in it.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're looking for, have a go.
Cool.
And I guess with that, that's the end of that. What's the next backlog, Joe?
I pause there. I did pick one, but I forgot what it was.
Is the egg
on? Egg on, I think it's called.
Let's not pause it. Let's just keep that in because that's even funny.
Egging on.
We've told you what your backlog is.
Egging on is I think it's a puzzle game. You are an egg. You have the physics of an egg. You have to go around environments and get to the goal. There's multiple paths you can take. You make it as hard as or as hard boiled as you want to make it.
Nice.
And I've seen loads of community posts about it saying, "Look, this is the hardest route. See if you can beat my time on this." And it looks funny. Every time you fall off, the egg cracks. You got to start again.
Excellent.
Excellent week.
Wow, this is going to be.
It's going to be a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah. I also picked this because it's Easter coming up, and I thought it'd be quite thematic.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
So,
end the podcast before it's too.
All that being said, thank you very much for listening. Come find us. Come watch us when we stream. See you next time.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks.